See then. So Twitter first. Police Saturday has treated right. We're gonna be heading back into our Terraria magic only. Hopefully things go alright. Good. Taking the wall of flesh at least. VTuber automaton. Let's see then. Here. Feet. Grab this. This probably won't get picked up by the auto blog anyways because it's Friday night, so things are usually a little busy. Let's see. Good evening all. The magical tonight. Time for the wall of flesh. Like that. Put it in Kuma's server just so I can see chat in case someone's already there. Because with doing this, I just need to be careful. Up. There we go. Oh, is it a lot louder? Doesn't sound all that loud to me, all things considered, so that's fine. You just didn't really have to hear my useless rambling for the second. But welcome, Solace. Thank you very much for spot checking that. It definitely sounds significantly quieter on my end. That might be why. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Let's see. So if I do that and then tweak it a little bit, it's going to be like super soft anyway since it's going to be a synthwave tonight, but yeah, at least it should be. But welcome. Hopefully everything's going well on your side, Solace. How are you enjoying having the Dia design done and done? Just because I know that it's always nice once you actually get the full design commission from Kin. There. Jesus, this radio is... Or I guess the music tonight is just not super well audio balanced. That's fine. Let's see. Here. It's great, but now that I have it, you're super busy. That sounds about right, unfortunately. But you have it. That's kind of what matters the most. So once you're not as busy, so basically once July is over, then you can kind of make better use of your time with it. Oop. That. Then one more here. All right then. That should do it. We'll see, hoping work doesn't go nuts. Well, it is the summer, so there's always a little bit of a downside when you just have to deal with that. Is your work the one that would usually have to worry a little bit about the summer months at all, or can you actually chill a little bit with that? Ew. Upper management turnover. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Hopefully nothing completely horrible happens with that, but guess you'll have to see at the end of the day, huh? Up. There we go. Oh yeah, there's a Terraria graphic novel now. That's always good. Uh-oh. That's not supposed to do that. There we go. Aw, that's not gonna work because I'm playing a full screen game. That's a shame. Uh, fine. Thought I could be fancy and actually just show what I'm listening to, but apparently he doesn't want me to do that. That's fine. I've got it available in case anyone asks. And audio's in the wrong source again. Honestly, no. We're listening to music anyways, and you don't need to hear all the murder sounds from this game. I barely even need to listen to them to actually do anything, so that's fine. Alrighty then, so, in Terraria, obviously I did a little bit of prep at least. Don't care about the zombies all too much. So, for one thing, you'll notice that we've got a little building on the map now. I've been doing a little bit of sorting, just so that way I can keep stuff in one area, so that way I can quick sort just to get rid of some stuff. Not the bees! The bees are quite helpful, but welcome, welcome. Suba? I think Suba is what I usually go by, but welcome, welcome all the same. How's the evening going for you? The bee gun is mostly just because it's an allowable magic weapon, and it's very good against slow enemies, so it'll be very helpful during the first phase of Wall of Flesh. So I'm kind of keeping it for now. Haven't done too much in here at the very least, but I'm pretty sure we've still got an open slot, right? Because this one should still be available. Yeah. So, tonight's main goal is murdering Wall of Flesh. The other main goal is just to see what's in the frozen biome, now that we can actually get to that. Also, I got a horse, because one of the main things we're missing right now is some sort of like accelerant, so that we can actually move faster. The only real downside with that is that it does technically do summon damage when you run into things, but it is kind of the fastest mount that we can get at the moment, so I'll take that caveat with the fact that I just haven't gotten super lucky with finding a good pair of running shoes yet. That and the horse doesn't really do that much damage. I think at most it can kill a slime, but we're kind of good everywhere else anyways. Up. Yeah, we'll be having some fun in this tonight at the very least. Get a little bit of extra murder going, and just trying to see how things run. And immediately speaking, we'll have to come back into the Crimson anyways, just because we'll need to start destroying some of those little flesh pods to start spawning in the new minerals once we at least beat the Wall of Flesh, which I'm going to want to do just because I want to get enough mats to get the drill upgrades going. I don't exactly care about the armor right away, but I at least want to get the drill just so that way I can start digging trenches in between all of the new biomes that are going to pop up, since once you kill Wall of Flesh, you obviously get all those diagonal lines just roaming through your world, being like, oh hey, the Hollow exists, and we're going to add some more Crimson, just in case, just to make your life worse. Here we go, that should be good. Ooh. Okay, yeah, this part's still fine. I forgot this leads up right to the winter biome, then it stops. I love the winter biome. It's very helpful for just stopping the Crimson in its tracks, or corruption for that matter. Let's see, do we have any natural underground caves for this yet? Well, we also don't have the lucky horseshoe yet, which isn't exactly a problem with the wings, but it'd be good to grab if we can. Oops. Let's see, what do we got down here? We're mostly just looking for chests, so we don't really need to mine right now. Oops. And I just need to see whether or not, whoops, we can find a house or not. Although, if we do come across anything, it doesn't hurt to check. And it never hurts to just get some extra snow. Because at the end of the day, maybe we can make some igloos with it or something. Because one of the other pet projects we'll probably need to work on is just making proper housing for everybody. Since once you at least get the hollow biomes in, that's usually a relatively good starting point, just because I believe two or three of the NPCs we have right now prefer the hollow biome compared to the other ones. So it'll just be nice to get them out of the way and just be like, oh, hey, here's your house now. It's in the land of pixies and death, so hope you enjoy that. I haven't gotten anything yet. A lot of good pockets, at least. I'll give it that much. Yeah, I think when it comes to the NPCs, at least, who do like the hollow biome, it's the barkeep from Dungeon Defenders collab. It should be the stylist, and then I want to say it's Party Girl, but Party Girl might go somewhere else. I just recall the pink-haired girls supposedly being close together. Let's see here. You want to give me anything easily, or am I going to have to hunt for stuff? Assuming that's water? Yeah. Well, at least do, like, maybe half an hour in the ice place for now. Just because if I can't find anything, then that's just kind of a rip moment, but never hurts to at least check. There we go. Although I guess just while I'm digging around trying to get some stuff going, never hurts to just touch on some of the game releases that have been popping up over today, I guess. I know a lot of the memes that have been floating around have been about the Klonoa remasters, since everyone kind of has wanted that since they were released on the Dreamcast, I believe. I can't be 100% certain on that, but I know that people were quite excited for it, and that finally got dropped. So if memes are to be believed, then clearly it's the first game to get 100 on Metacritic. It has sold more money than the Titanic, and overall people are very much enjoying their time with it, and it's a perfect game with no problems whatsoever. I know that's obviously not true, but I am a little bit curious about it myself, because I never had the chance. What game? The Klonoa remasters. So Klonoa 1 and 2 were dropped on a few consoles, but I think it's just available on like most platforms, so it should be PC, Switch, and the I think Microsoft console. Not 100% certain, but it's just on more things than the Dreamcast now. So people were pretty excited for it. I'm still probably going to do a little bit of research because it is a vintage game and that does tend to flow a little bit better with the things that I care about at least for stream. There we go. But it's Klonoa, so it should be fine. It really just depends on the port itself, to be honest with you. Because if the port's bad, then there's not much point in trying to grab it. You may as well just try and figure out how to get a Microsoft Dreamcast working. But if the port's fine, I don't really see a problem with that. Get to show people what Klonoa's like. I get to see what Klonoa's actually like instead of the people who just fanboy over the entire series. And see if that's the furry awakening that people actively want to see in me. Sega Dreamcast. That was the joke, Solace. The Microsoft Dreamcast is my joke for saying like dolphin or stuff like that that we're not supposed to talk to about on Twitch. Well, also Arknight's button. Make sure you're doing your extreme maps. Because you probably at least have enough for one run right now. Well, let's see here. What else has actually been released? I know at least with the summer game sales, I have gotten to looking which ones I want to get through first. So Nano is curious about Subnautica, which I don't see a huge problem with. I think Subnautica in and of itself is a type of horror that I can handle relatively easily, at least, because with Soma, it had a building sense of tension as well as the claustrophobia of its environment that made it feel like the horror games I'm bad with. But Subnautica is more so, oh, hey, there's a scary creature. I hope you don't die. Jesus, that laser gun is loud. All right, well, y'all are down there. Here's the homing bees. There we go. Hey, no, that's not a chest, damn it. That's just snow. Let's see. Oh, what was I going on about? Oh yeah, duh, the post-summer Steam sales. I know how to talk. Apparently, I've just had issues talking in general anyways, but not quite the case. Just me getting a little bit tripped up because I don't get many chances to talk, even if I do have ways of practicing it in between the long periods between streams. But I know that I grabbed a few random things, so Subnautica is going to be up there for sure. I know I grabbed a couple Toho games. A couple of them are actually kind of long form, so I'll probably play those on stream on Saturdays at some point. Because we've got the racing one with Genso Skydrift, we've got Endless Dreams, we've got Genso Wanderer, and I also got the Dungeon Crawler one, but the name escapes me for the moment. But that one will also probably take months to finish. At least if I know Dungeon Crawlers relatively well at this rate. Up. We'll have to see. The main point of the Toho games is just to get me to figure out, like, if I can learn anything from them post, like, official content. But it's always a little bit hard figuring out exactly which ones will teach me things about the series and which ones are literally just there to meme on you. Because I know with the official games, I'm definitely trying my best with them, but I'm no master by any sets of the imagination yet. It'll probably take a good year or so until I can confidently say that I'm good at those kinds of games. But at least with the side, or the fan games rather, they're not exactly side games, but Zune kind of treats it like them. They give me a little bit more of the characters and a little bit more story, so that kind of fleshes things out a little bit better for my end. Since it'll be nice to know a little bit more about all the characters, considering I've been going off of pure visual design for the moment, which isn't a bad way of doing it, but, you know, it'd be nice to know what the characters are like. Let's see. Any game with an official number will teach you about the franchise. Almost no fan game will teach you about anything besides fan stories, though. Though some attached to Zune's canon in some way. Okay. I know for the fan games, my main idea is just learning about how the characters act specifically. Blood Moon, huh? So when it comes to things like Cherno, she's obviously memed to hell and back when you just try and look up information about her. But going through the side games, you learn that she's memed to hell and back because she's so overconfident in her abilities that everyone just kind of lets her try and fail horribly because she's basically just a child puffing out her chest, trying to seem important when even the dog at Reimu's temple probably has more power than her. Zun memed her in her first appearance. Yeah. I'm assuming her first appearance was Embodiment of Scarlet Devil because she was the stage 2 boss of Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, if I remember right. And people kind of just stuck to it. See. It does also give me chances of learning more about the newer characters as well to some extent. So like the ones from 15 to 18, I believe we're up to now. Yeah, she was the easy mode boss because she has spell cards where you can just not move and win. That sounds about right for her, to be completely honest. That's a jellyfish. Hey, buddy. Let's see, who else did you have? You had Diase as her mid-boss. So Diase didn't exactly get anything, but you kind of just learn in any other media that Diase is kind of just Chirno's good friend. I'm just, that's the best way I can put it. I'm not sure if they're gay for each other. They're at least good friends. So they kind of just follow along with whatever Chirno does. Like, occasionally she's just shy and stands up for herself, but it's usually just follow Chirno because Chirno's the bigger personality between the two. In her own game, the instruction manual labels parts of the screen and labels the player character as Baka with an arrow pointing to Chirno. Oh. Oh, Zune, you really know how to just meme your own characters. It works though. Chirno is kind of an idiot anyways. Lovable idiot, but idiot. Diase has no lore at all, literally named Great Fairy. Okay, so she's Navi but quiet then. I got no problems with that. There's some tungsten. That's some spider stuff. Hmm. I guess just as opposite options, Yuka probably has a bit just because she is meant to be the main boss of... Ah, God, I wish I could remember names easily. Whichever 9 was, because I'm pretty sure that's her game. You've got Byakuren and Mito, who have their eternal rivalry for some reason. Let's see. But there's stuff you can learn from side games. The official games do give you a good chunk of lore, but I feel like that's better as like a side read compared to anything. Because when you're in the moment, at least, it's kind of hard to justify. Jesus, there's a lot of crystals, or a lot of gemstones in here. Yeah, if you do side games for just little jokes about the characters, I think that works. And then official media can get you the exact details of what Zune at least has put out. I think that works out relatively well. Bye-bye, Ice Bat. Oops. Really nothing. Oh, well, heart container. Those will be helpful just because they do have a use past once you're at full health. Let's see here. So, chests. A rail cart. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's see. Oops. Hey, buddy. That's some fur. Hmm. Alright, good to have a little bit of their fur. No, it's got one use for the summoning builds, but there we go. Let's see. Guess that's the end of the track then. Hmm. Really not finding any houses or anything like that. Not even any ice chests just laying around. Come on, get in there. Or trap, that's rude. Oh, there's one. You feel like being nice and giving me the flurry bloots right away? Pop. No, but Blizzard in a bottle's not too bad. Oh, just take both of those. That can die. I guess these can die. That works. Let's see here. Benefit of the Splunker chest, at least, is that we can see where there's a chest around, which will make it a little bit nicer. Just so that way I can dig in the right directions. Should clean up my inventory a little, though. What's clogging it? Then go. Dart trap I probably don't need to keep right now, but that's fine. Flush. Flush is always good to grab. Let's see. You can go away. The hook can go away. Damn. You're being stingy, Ice Cave. Dude. A lot of spare minerals. Nothing of fancy there. Bye-bye, buddy. Another heart container. I probably should collect those just because I should grab them for the late game arenas just for extra health regen. That is kind of the... Actually, I guess I haven't really described that yet, have I? So there are some building pieces that you can add, which is why farms are just so good for what you can do. So with the heart containers, once you're at max health at least, you can kind of get away with... Huh. You can kind of get away with just storing them. Why am I on fire? What was that for? Is that just the cart? I guess that's just something the cart does? Huh. I'm not really sure, to be completely honest with you. It makes it seem like... Because this is the demon cart that you get in hell, but does it, like, cause fire damage to you? Does it get charged? I have no idea what that's doing. Huh. Okay, well, I guess there's just some special property to the cart that... Oops. Some special property to the cart that does something. Maybe if you hit something with it, once it's fully charged, it'll do fire damage. That's about all I got, really. Oh, hi, Viking, buddy. Let's see here. More Shiverthorn. We don't really need those. Do you really want me to go lower? I mean, I may as well. There's an opening right there. And there's tons of gemstones in here. Should have really come here before when we actually needed them. Bye. Let's see. A lot of pot. Always appreciated. Oh. Well, hi there, Rattles. We don't get to see you super often. Unfortunately, Rattles isn't super helpful for this specific run, if only because he's a lot better when you're doing the melee runs, because he sells you all of the yo-yo accessories. And the yo-yo accessories are kind of important. Let's see. Sticky glow stick. That should be all from Rattles. Thank you, buddy. Let's see here. Another life crystal. There's another one. It does show you chests. I know that much. We are getting that unlucky, I guess. And we're just rubies down there. Alright, well, I guess this thing's going to be a bit of a bust, but that's alright. I guess after we just kind of finish running through here, we have the horse anyways. Just having an accessory is helpful, just that way we can jump a bit better. Also because it'll be nice to start... Whoops. Oh, there goes our Spelunker potion already. Alright, where are you, Heart? Hmm. Well, either I got it or I missed it. Should be fine then. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked super hard. I keep trying to talk about the games that I got during the summer sale, but I just keep getting way too hyper-focused on what we're actually doing here. So, I've grabbed a couple of visual novel-esque games. I know before I had Highway Blossoms, which is more of just a direct story. I'm not sure how much of an active visual novel it is, but it's a game with a story. You click through it. From what I've heard, the story is relatively good and has helped a couple of people come to decisions, so wouldn't necessarily hurt to go over. I have grabbed Suckers for Love, which I believe is a dating sim where you're dating eldritch horrors turned into, I guess, Ginjinked girls is the best way of putting it. They aren't exactly like pure humanoid girls. They do still have fairly obvious traits of their eldritch being to them. Like Cthulhu still has the tentacle face. I believe one of them has one eye. So simple stuff, but noticeably simple stuff. Needy Streamer Overload is obviously something people have wanted to see, so we'll get to that eventually. Because I'm not sure when I want to do that one exactly, but a harpy statue. Oh, that just spawns harpies for you to Moida. I wonder if you can farm that. Ooh. Hello, I would like that heart container for later, please and thanks. Oh, right, can't use that underwater. Need the gun. Cool. Let's see. Ooh, wait, hold on, I see that. That perfectly square box, that has to be a house. Hold up. Hold the phone. Ding, ding. Found yet. God damn it. Not the shoes I'm looking for, but they're technically shoes, so I can't complain too much. See, let's just get rid of some of these basic ores. They're clogging up my inventory a little bit too much. Here we go. Then a bunch of statues. I'd like them, but kind of need. How much crap is down there? Hmm. That should be fine. We at least found a house. That's nice. Maybe once this mining potion is over, we can probably just pack up. I know I've grabbed a bunch of gravitation potions as well. So something I'm going to try to do is we're going to try and get the Sky Islands just all searched and out of the way. Just so that way we can see as to whether or not we can get a golden horseshoe in this world, or if we just got really unlucky with our spawns. Oh, geez. Can I actually remember the tune to that? Let's see. Because I know, like, from side to side, side to side. How do you do the first part of that, though? Ugh, I do not remember the tune. I'm sorry, Neanners. I'm a fake Minecraft fan. But welcome, welcome, Nano. Hopefully the evening is going well for you so far. You've encountered us as we're going through the ice biome, just to see whether or not we can actually find some stuff. But how are things on your side? Hopefully homework has gone well if you still have some to work on. If not, I hope you're able to chill today. There you go. I knew you remembered the command, but you always put it after something, so it never actually got to proc. There we go. Oops. Crap. Let's see here. Doesn't look like anything fun here. Homework is done, but I want to improve it a bit on the final product. Ooh, you got a special plan for it. Okay. Oh, hey, it's Navi. Where am I going? Yeah, don't worry, I see you, buddy. Where am I going? Let's see. Please tell me it's not just a heart container. It's a chest that's outside of the spawn zone of the biome. Uh, that's new. Since when are lucky horseshoes underground? Uh, okay. Sure. I guess that kind of stops me from needing to go to the Sky Islands then, but since when is that a thing? Game, what have you done since I've been gone? Also, cart. Ooh, hold up, graphite biome. Just a cloud. Damn. And another heart container at least. Let's see here. Oh, that's fine. You can come here. Then I guess cloud can just go there. Never hurts to have an extra one. Ooh, hey, another one. I am totally down for it. It's not quite in the graphite biome, but that's okay. Another magic mirror. Realistically, that's really the only thing you should grab. There we go. Let's see here. Another cart. Jesus. This place has just had a bunch of miners in the first place. Maybe this is Terraria's way of telling me I probably should play Minecraft on stream at some point. Even if it is just single player stuff for now until I can find some Minecraft multiplayer people to play with. There we go. I guess this is still ice biome. Hmm. Can I... Can't do that yet. Need to put that on the balloon. Let's see. Hello, ice biome. Probably not for much longer. Yep. Damn it. There's another heart container over there, though. That's just too tempting. I have to. Rope can go away. Well, I guess if you want to do a little bit of tweaking on your work now, wishing you the best of luck on it at least. I know that the work that you have done is pretty great, is fantastic so far, so can't wait to see what you do with it just to finalize it and make it nice and purty for your teacher. Because I know that you tend to put a lot of work into everything, which is a good thing, don't get me wrong. But you do need to just know that you're doing your work well. Because I know that sometimes artists do kind of just fall into that trap of not feeling super confident in their own work. What was over there? That's fine. I'm just gonna keep digging for that heart. Oh, this is water too. This is gonna go super well. Do do do. Cool, we'll take it. I guess I'm just collecting heart containers at this rate. That's a really sad frost biome. Oh well. We've at least gotten a bunch of heart containers. We've at least gotten some of the shoe stuff. Just not the shoe stuff we needed. Because we've gotten the shoes that plant flowers when we walk. And we've gotten the shoes that... God damn it. I need ice chests. Like that one. We've gotten the shoes that let us move quicker on ice. And I'm not rebuilding all of my running crap to ice blocks. By the way, are you planning on adding a BTD box below the About section? Can you do that? That can go away. And that can go away. Damn aqua chest. I mean, if we can add a box just detailing what I have in BTTB, I don't mind doing that. I just didn't know that was a thing, to be honest. Stop giving me the skates. Hey. Let's see, Night Owl Potion. Dynamite. I can toss those in there at the very least. And then what do I want to do with that? No. Don't want boreal wood. If I wanted wood, I would not be playing Terraria. Let's see here. You saw Jason did it? That's one of the features, I believe? Hmm. Well, I guess it does make more sense than just having the command for it if the box is just always readily available. And that does kind of prevent too much fluff from being added into the chat for it. So yeah, I could look into it for sure. I know BTTV was giving me some problems the other day, so it wouldn't hurt to just kind of check, just so that way I can add in the small iteration into it as well. You're not going to let me put down a torch because there's just water everywhere, huh? Dude. Let's see here. Anything good here? No. Doesn't look like we're going to get super lucky with finding chests in the frost biome. That's a bit of a shame. We found 3? Yeah, 3. And so far we've just gotten Blizzard in a Bottle and Ice Skates. Blizzard in a Bottle is helpful, technically, because there is an item that will let you quadruple jump later, if you want. Which I'm half tempted to go for. I need to react to something, BTTV. Let me see what emotes I can use. Yeah, that is kind of the awkward point for that, isn't it? I guess it is just mostly there for checking when you're curious and hoping that people's memories are better than mine is. But that is mildly rude of me to expect people's memories to be better than mine by default. Yeah, since this is last stream of the regular week, I can either look at it after this stream or tomorrow when I'm gonna probably chill a little bit. Also a lot of wasted gold. Let's see here. The blood moon literally just happened. Dude. Oh, Jesus. There we go. The BTTV panel helps mobile users the most since there's no BTTV mobile extension. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's mildly important then. Well, not sure if you know anything about its solace, but if you do, that would help out tremendously. Oh, there's a heart there. Let's see. Ah, hello, spider. Goodbye. Doesn't look like anything great. That's fine. Get rid of all you guys. Get rid of this. I guess if it's an app, then for the page, then I'm guessing what it will let you do is just kind of scroll on it and click on things, and it'll add it to your chat then. That's at least the roughest of ideas that I can think of for it. Strangely, most of my viewers are mobile users who have 2 megabits of internet service, so I've optimized my channel for that. Okay. Well, it never hurts, just because having mobile viewers probably helps. I know a lot of people kind of just want to chill in their beds, and considering it's late on the East Coast at the very least. Over 2 millibytes per second? I think he might mean lower. Oh, I'm actually full on ice. That's a bit of a problem. I'm assuming Spelunker is going to run out relatively soon. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. I was at least hoping to get the Flurry Bloots. Up. Alright, let's see. Oh, actually. Doot. Here. That. Hasty. Hasty's not too bad. Alrighty then. Oh, that's some zombies. Blood Moon and a Graveyard are not exactly the best combination. Well, alright, let's see here. So that's a lot I need to sort still. Alright, well, Ice Machine can get placed down first. Once I get past all this. Alright, let's see here. Is there room in here for the Ice Machine? Yes. Cool. And this will let you craft all of the ice furniture. So if you feel like being a sadist, you can make someone's house entirely out of ice. There we go. Probably should add the ice blocks and snow blocks into the natural chest for now. Pop. Hi, blood boys. Let's see here. Natural. Hey, other Jasper. Welcome, welcome. Accessories. I don't have any extra balloons. Oh yeah, by the way, I spent a little bit of time in hell. Just a little. I'll show you when we actually get to that part. Let's see here. Do I have any chest for frozen stuff just yet? No. But some miscellaneous stuff there. And Harpy statue can go here. I'll hook that up later. And why not just do all these? Just gonna lurk? Alright, sounds good, Jasper. We're kind of just doing some basic stuff right now anyways. Then the skates. Probably should check with the guide before I murder him. Close all those. Can you give feedback on every stream? This is the second time I did it? What do you mean, Nano? Like on how your work is? Let's see. Lightning boots to make the frost spark boots. Or the diving gear. Misc accessory. Bye. Bye. There we go. Get off that. There we go. Much better. Miscellaneous accessories. There we go. I will say that since I'm not like the professional artist at the very least. Oh, there's a feedback option, but I don't know if it's your channel or for your stream. I'm not 100% certain, to be honest with you. I haven't actually seen anything pop up on my side for the feedback, so I'm not sure if anyone's actually submitted anything just yet. Or if I'm gonna have to, like, manually check it at some point. Potions. Give me my... Only 7? Really? I swear I had more of those. That's a bit sus. The hell did I do with those? Hmm. I guess that was every gravitation potion I had on hand. That's a bit odd. Thought I had more of those by now. Alright, that's fine. The shark tooth necklace. Thank God. That one's been one I've been waiting on for a while, to be honest with you. Because it can be combined with something else. Up with the honeycomb, that was it. And then armor pen by 5, and then releases bees when you get hit. Kind of helpful. Up. Oh, hey there, Non. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully the evening's treating you alright so far. We're just kind of getting some stuff prepped before we beat up the wall of flesh. Mainly because I figured I'd wait for a little bit for people to get here beforehand, but how are things on your side? Things going well? There we go. Now, misc accessories. Where did I put my honeycomb? Jungle, jungle, jungle. I put it in a stupid spot, didn't I? Up, up. Probably over here. Ew. The hell did I put it? There it is. Jesus. Up. Goodbye to all of you. And we can probably sacrifice the wings. Just so that way we can put the... Actually, we can sacrifice treasure magnet. And magic cuffs I can still do something with. Huh. Up. Let's see here. Stinger necklace. Much better. Is the summoner build strong in this game? Yes. Summoner build is fairly strong for Terraria. Especially now that they've at least added in the summoner weapon, just so that summoners aren't completely fucked at the start of a playthrough. There's a zombie banner. So summoners can technically just start right at the beginning, because they have the whips, which do summon damage, even though conceptually that's weird, but it works technically. Because they kind of just realized how people run challenge runs in Terraria, and like, oh, okay, yeah, we can make a summoning weapon. Because there's melee weapons, there's ranged weapons, there's magic weapons. Do I have anything to make any of the whips right now? I think you can make a jungle whip. Hold on. Did I put that in, like, bars? No, I did not. Where's all my jungle mats? Where did I store those? No, not there. There we go. Let's see here. Hey, guide buddy. You're not the guide, you're the fisher. Let's see here. That's the grappling whip. There we go, Snapthorn. So there is just a class of weapons that are just whips. They all do summon damage, even though it doesn't make conceptual sense. But the whips are functionally a tagging system. So if you hit something with your whip, your summons will focus down that target until it's dead, which is kind of the main thing. Also, if you're hitting things with the whip, apparently with this one specifically, you can just do a little bit better. And I can honestly just make that right now, just to show you what it's like. Don't believe I have my summoning gear on hand, but let's see here. Also, Thorn Chakram, by far one of my favorite classes of weapons. The discs are very fun. Just too bad that jungle stuff does not have anything available. But yeah, you get a whip. It's handy. It's kind of hard to see, admittedly, but you got a whip. You can whip things. Makes things relatively easy for you to just hit things, get your summons to focus down things. Nothing too rough, and there are lower classes that you can start with. Just this is easily accessible. Is there anything I can actually hit with this that can survive it? Because usually the vultures... There we go. probably should have seen if I could grab my Hive's wand, but there we go. I guess this one also can poison, so that's kind of a good thing. Yeah. This is basically you click on it. If it's still there within your whip's range, then you're good. Pop. So definitely a viable class in this game. It wasn't before because they didn't have whips, but once they added in whips, it just made it infinitely easier. Wop. And honestly, we could do a summoner only challenge at some point as well, to be honest with you. Maybe go a little bit harder into decorating things, just because I know that, yeah, I know that at the end of the day, there's always just a ton you can do with Terraria, whether or not you want to do pure challenge runs, if you want to do decoration stuff, just take your pick, really. Where's my metal stuff? I'm just going to chuck these in there. Doesn't make realistic sense, but yeah. And then aside from that, there are like a lot of wands that let you summon various entities. Most of the summons are okay. Once you get into the hard mode ones, they're all fantastic. Like there's no summons that are weak by any stretch of the imagination. Which side do I need to explore? I need to explore the right side more, actually. Because I know later in the game, I believe the summon that you get, which is one of the more powerful ones, is the Stardust Dragon summon. It's functionally like a Chinese long dragon, or a Chinese dragon, where you've got the head, an elongated body, and then a tail. But depending on how your summoner is built, the more summons that you actually summon determines the length of the dragon. So it tends to help it out just a little bit for combat because all you have to do is have one thing going into your enemies and then just passing right through it. It's very handy. Yeah, it is pretty cool. You don't even have to worry about too much. You just have to make sure to stay away, keep hitting things with your whip, and then your summons will just occasionally go in there and murder things for you. I know during the creation of the Hell platform that we'll be tackling in like relatively soon, probably once I just clear out the sky. Let's see here. That I was using the bee summon from the jungle, just so that way I could have the bees protect me while I was digging everything out. Let's see here. Not quite these bees, but you can get like Hornet summon, which is pretty helpful. I believe there's also an Imp summon for Hell. I think there's a lower tier active summon that you can build as well, but it's been a while. I'd have to double check. It's more than viable for sure, though. So if you do ever want to try like a summoner only challenge just to see if you can do it, then definitely recommended. Summoner's squishy, but you can murder things relatively well still. Alrighty, let's see here. If anyone is not cool with cameras just shaking about, apologies. Just something we need to do right now. But let's see how lucky we can actually get with the Sky Islands this time. Well, there goes that harpy corpse. Sorry, buddy. Oh, hi there. Usually speaking, I swear the harpies are only supposed to spawn once you're near an island, but it may have been changed at some point, just so that way the harpies spawn once you get high enough into the air. Which would make, admittedly, a little bit more sense. But let's see here. Got anything good for me right side? Or are the Sky Islands just for the sword and the Star Cape now? Because it wouldn't surprise me too much, but... Oh, found you. And there's sunflowers on here, too. Is that why I'm missing them down here? Because they spawned on the Sky Island? Hey, look, another balloon. That's actually helpful. Thank you. Should grab that just to confirm that I've been here for the next time I'm here. Up. Let's see. Every time I watch you play this game, I keep thinking I should play some Terraria again. That is kind of the trap when it comes to watching people play some of the games you used to actually go through, isn't it? You kind of just get that nostalgia factor again. Like, I used to play this a lot, and I had fun when I played it. I would like to have more fun playing it, and you haven't played it in years. Honestly, that's kind of the same for me. Because even though I had put like a good 300 hours into it, I had put 300 hours into it back when the Moon Lord was new. But then I kind of stopped playing it after I beat the Moon Lord up because there wasn't much to do because updates hadn't come out past that point yet. And we were kind of at just the trickle point where this. Oh, I hope that's not the one that got Sunflower cucked. I do still hardly recommend to play this game, but I do know that most of us are just relatively busy. So I can't really recommend it with good conscience, if only because of the fact that I know that if certain people start playing this, they're going to be playing it for a very, very long time. And they probably have some more important things to do, like eat and sleep. Ow. Right side really has nothing to its name, does it? Hmm. That crimson's getting kind of large. Might need to dig trenches along there at some point. I kind of want to wait until we do the wall of flesh for digging more tunnels, just to be safe. Ooh, nice. Airship. We're at the beach already. There was like nothing on this side at all. Unless you want to stick one like right in the side here. No? Okay. That's a disappointing span of sky. Does that mean there's going to be like two more over there? Weird. I'm actually pretty sure last time I played is when Skeleton Prime first got added, which is a very, very long time ago. Yeah, Skelly Prime was definitely a little bit earlier than when I stopped playing, that's for sure. So there is a lot of content waiting for you. That's about as much as I can say. If you have the time for it, I do recommend. If you don't have the time for it, don't install it. Come on, horsey boy. Oh, is this not runnable? I guess this isn't runnable yet. That's fine. One of these days I might look into just flattening out most of these biomes as well, just to make them a little bit easier to traverse. Well, because it's not like it'd be an impossible task, but it would be awkward. Come on, horse, get up there. Because I'm pretty sure with Skelly Prime, were yo-yos added by the time Skelly Prime came out? I don't know, actually. Well, I will say that yo-yos used to be one of the most broken weapons in the game, just because as long as you could put a wall between you and the enemy could never touch you. But if you left enough, like a one-wide gap in your setup, you could functionally chuck your yo-yo through the hole, hold it on the other side of your setup. The enemies can never hit you, and then you just demolish them with the yo-yo. I'm not sure if they've built in some extra bits and bobs just so that some bosses don't get completely cheesed like that. Because I remember the Moon Lord ends up being like that. Except all you need to do is basically just set up a running platform back and forth, and then you can just school him that way. I've got a lot of hyperfixations that I'm taking up my time lately. RimWorld, Skyrim, and Border 2. Nice. Yeah, those would probably be eating up most of your time, so you can probably save Terraria for a little bit later. Well, I could always switch to something else, just so that way you can avoid the temptation a bit. Although Borderlands 2, I think, is the first one that you'll finish, at least in that. Unless you plan on just playing multiple classes before all said and done. Okay, just by the dungeon. Well, good job, horsey. That's just a bush. Not chill time, I'm just playing through the story with Z. Okay. Well, definitely a good time to hang out with someone. Um, and I know the Borderlands 2 story ends up just being a relatively good comedy session, so it's like you're watching I guess just a com. I don't think there's enough rom in Borderlands 2 to call it a rom-com at all. Well, now can we get lucky and get a third balloon? Yeah, you're just a fan of the writing. The writing for Borderlands 2, or just the Borderlands series in general, is pretty good. I can admit to that. I feel like it doesn't exactly get overturned just because the Borderlands crew tends to just have a lot of time to do that writing. But maybe in the future we'll get another like Tales from the Borderlands-esque game. Maybe not from Double Fine, but from someone else. Just so that way we can focus more on the story within that universe instead of having to rely solely on what Double Fine's universe created. Jesus. Okay, maybe there's not two islands on this side. The world is going on here. Have we really gotten all of them already? This is extremely disappointing. I guess I got too many of the cloud islands that are just clouds and rain. That sucks. Oh, it's a star. I thought that was a harpy feather. And I'm assuming we're going to hit the edge soon, because we should be hitting the beach zone. Well, yeah, there's the edge. And there's usually not something at the very edge of the map, at least. Hmm. Plenty of harpies, though. Now, let's see here. Can I get away with going down here? Probably not, but I'm curious. Come on, get in there. Perfect. All right, now we've got a platform. I'm gonna dig that to be a bit of a bigger hole. And does this just go down into the irregular caverns, or is there gonna be actually something special down here? Yep. Second air pocket. Ooh, hello. Hey, the flippers. That would actually be kind of nice right now. Um, Up. This, I think they are. Grants the ability to swim. Yeah. Probably should do that. Just so that way things don't get immediately screwed on me. But that's good. The flippers are a good item to get. Any other chest in here by chance? Oh, life crystal though. Hey, there's another one. With water walking boots. Okay. Those are needed. Not right now though. There we go. Still just gotta find like flurry boots or something. We have just gotten way too unlucky with those. Oh, oh, shite. Please don't die because of sand. There we go. Ooh. Hey, it's the pink jellyfish. Hey, guys. I'm actually sad I didn't see a shark during the entirety of that. Also, how is the music, by the way? Is it loud enough that you can hear it? Or should I turn it up a little bit? Nothing good. Okay. Oh, I'm down there. Hold on. You know, what in the world is all this? Kind of low. It's a nice sort of quiet. Okay. Considering it is synthwave, that is kind of what I figured it should be, but if it does need to go up, then by all means, just let me know. I can turn it up like a smidge, like 5% or so, just that way it balances out for the low times when I need to stop talking for half a second. Because I'm not exactly a chatterbox by default, and might be better to just kind of vibe out a little bit from time to time. Doesn't look like we're getting anything more out of this. It's probably just going to be, yeah, looking a little bit like nothing. That's a shame. Get in here for a second. It's like something's listening to it slightly too loud in the next room over. That seems a little too low then. Please just go to my stream. Alright then, how is that? That should be fine. I can always turn up a smidge as well. The use of having multiple devices, by the way. Who needs a stream preview and I can just haul it up on my other phone? Up. Alright, well, that's all cleaned up. Let's see what else we can do. Oh, Ghost. Hi. I have the wings off right now, right? Yeah, for the flippers. That's alright. Let's see. We can store as much as we can in here. Wow. Okay, that was a bit. We'll put those in there. I really just need the boost of swiftness at this rate. That's a little silly. Up. It's too bad I can't actually make boots of swiftness. That would actually solve a lot of problems at the end of the day. Oh, those are birds. Sorry, birds. Didn't mean to completely school you there. Alright, blizzard in a balloon. That's a hasty one as well. Now let's see here. Something else we can do is if we can farm some more of those balloons, we can try and make the quadruped balloon, which gives you four jumps, which would be pretty sweet. I'm not sure if I want to say poggers. I think I'm a little bit out of the loop with wanting to say that. Also, where did all my ice chests go? That's fine. Alright, can I stall this any longer? Or should we just go ahead and do it? Probably should just go ahead and get things started, shouldn't we? Let me just go put my money away and then I can go show you what I did to hell. Yep. Let's see. Sort all that. We've got 100 silver, 78 gold. That should be fine for now. Alrighty, let's go to the elevator, and I can show you exactly what I ended up doing. I know I posted a couple of updates on the Discord, but I guess just for the recording, it would make a little bit more sense if I talked about it during here too. Doot. Get up there, Juicy. You can do it. Much better. Also, I guess just speaking about Juicy, now that I'm thinking on it, the one shot that we're going to be doing to fill in some time in between our sessions, since our current DM can only go once a week, I decided to end up just basically making Juicy for that D&D campaign, so we'll have to see how that ends up going. I kind of gave her a decanter of endless water, and she has a lot of just drug-related attacks and is more of a support class. We'll kind of have to see how that goes for us. Ah, but it should be fine. Slimes are relatively useful in the D&D universe, which is probably why they're not normally a race. But homebrew is fun, and homebrew gives you a lot more options than you'd expect. Alrighty, so here we are in hell. I really do not need your shit right now, demons. So, at the end here, I didn't go super far this way, just because I figured this is close to the middle of the world. But I basically made a platform that goes all the way to this side. This will be our last point, and if we can't kill the wall of flesh by that point, then we are mildly fucked. I found the kitchen. I did find the kitchen. And you can see that pretty much every single oven is on. Because if you can kind of see in the map here, since I did have to dig down a little bit, I've had to dig some lava channels during this. And that was not exactly enjoyable. So we've just got lava pocket here. We've got a full lava pocket here. I've just dropped a lot of lava in this house. You'll also notice that I've got campfires and stars and bottles just dotted around the entire map as we're going along the bridge. This is just so that way I can keep the regen buff to HP and SP while we're going along. It's kind of just the usual wall of flesh setup, just so that way you can keep your ass covered a little bit while you're getting some stuff done. Also, the occasional holes are just for lava pockets. You can run across one wide holes and gaps, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah, this is how far I've dug this thing. This is why I've been in here for hours, just trying to get this done. I remember when the background of hell was just a single layer parallax. Oh god, yeah. There we go. There's our endpoint. A single lava parallax would be interesting, but if I'm reading the parallax now, it looks like we've got... So we've got that bottom layer here. Then we've got the middle layer with the main lava lake and the stones. And I think there's a third one. And there's technically 3 and 4. So yeah, we've got 4-layered parallax, which I think works a little bit better now. It used to be textured like a regular wall, but more fire-themed. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess they wanted to spice it up a bit just because hell was supposed to be like an imposing place where you weren't supposed to just kind of look at the background and be like, okay, that's where I am. Now you just have the background and it's just, oh god, we're in hell. Please be careful, self. And that way you at least know right away, like, okay, things are about to spawn that are going to be a little bit harder than what are in the caves. Probably should take care. Also, I was half expecting a voodoo demon to come and attack me. So that's not great. Pop. Hey, bat. Well, I guess if we're doing this... Oops. If we're doing this, we gotta do this right. So, let's say goodbye to our guide. After we grab one of the plushies of him. Because you gotta have plushies of the favorite guy in the tower. Hello. What is your name, actually? Levy. Alright, Levy's a fine person to murder. Let's see here. Back to the elevator. Not quite. Up there. Much better. And then I get to show off the Wall of Flesh fight. I'm pretty sure most people know about the Wall of Flesh fight, and it hasn't exactly changed too much over development. But Wall of Flesh is still tricky when you can't run super fast, which is why we've got the horse. It does have a bit of a run startup speed, but we can kind of get away with certain things. AKA mainly grapple. What's the wording? Grapple boost, I guess is the best way of calling that. Where you can basically grapple the ground, fling yourself forward, and then while you're flinging forward, activating your mount, that does actually match your speed on the horse. Just so that way you can get going on the horse full speed very, very quickly. But main goal for here, we don't have any of the buff potions just because I'm curious to see if we can do it without them for the first run. But we've got the Mystical Space Laser, just so that way we can use that while our mana's recharging. We've got the Flame Lash, just for some help when the wall gets faster, and then the Bee Gun for when it's slower. Just so that way we can get rid of all the little spiny boys a little bit quicker. And then we'll have to see if we can do it on our first try. If not, then I'll need to grab some potions and kind of just spice up the fight a little bit. Oh, hi there. Hey, buddy. Okay, now all the demons spawn. I mean, you're more than allowed to, but you're gonna have to calm down a little bit. Ooh, nice. Alright then, let's see here. What else do we have in hell? Not too much, at least, so... Let's get ready to rumble. Some gel, that's fine. And then once we kill the Wall of Flesh the first time at the very least, that will just initiate hard mode. So be ready to have your ass kicked while you're underground, because now a bunch of weird shit is going to spawn. Well, alrighty. So here's our starting point. Goodbye, Levi. You were a good guide. And then just fire some bees. Fire a good handful of bees. Wow, that was actually extremely effective. Okay, thank you, bees. I just gotta get rid of that one. This is why you usually make it out of platforms, just so that the little guys can. There we go. Alrighty then. Now we are in kind of lack of mana generation territory, so now we just gotta do this the fun way. Of waiting for things to come at us and or hit us, just so that way we can actually get our mana back. Looks like he's not actually as fast as I figured it'd be. I can kind of get away with more bees, can't I? Huh. I honestly thought the wall got significantly faster than this. I definitely overprepared. I am fine with that. Come on, bees. Cool. Wall of Flesh done. And we get the... We get the Sorcerer emblem off the top, as well as the Whip, which is functionally useless to us. There's hard mode activated. So that's not great. So now things get harder. There's going to be new spawns pretty much everywhere. And depending on where everything actually spawned in, that will matter on a couple things. So I'm just going to go back here. Cody's now here, which means we have another guide to sacrifice. There is Maggot Zombie. They've added a new tier of zombie to the overworld? Huh. Okay. I'm fine with that. Yeah, now we have a new guide we can kill. So now that we know that the wall of flesh isn't exactly a problem right now, I'm just going to keep murdering it for a little bit, just so that way I can get the gear that I want from the wall of flesh. Because there are a couple of things I would like off of it, mainly being the emblems and the one magic weapon you can actually get from the fight. Doot. So let's see here. After we kill the wall of flesh a few times, we will grab the best pwn hammer that we have. We will start breaking some of the flesh altars, and then we will go mining like crazy, because I'll need to figure out what the 3 tiers of our metals are, and then incrementally build up, so that way I can get the drills I need, so that way I can dig the tunnels I need. At least relatively quickly. Up. But good to know bees were the answer. I honestly wasn't really expecting bees to be the appropriate answer, but there you go. When you need to deal with a gigantic wall of flesh, or if you're in Resident Evil, just bring a gun that's full of bees. It should help you out tremendously. Also, if we see any of the strips while we're going down our elevator, we're going to be a little bit fucked, but that's fine. Usually speaking, the spread... Goody, there's a hollow strip down here. Okay. That means the hollow is going to be, like, super close to over here, isn't it? Oh boy. That's going to be fun. Oh well, we've got the regen going, so... Well, later, bat boy. I probably should bring more of these with me than just one. That's fine. Also, the reason I didn't actually dig out the container that the wall of flesh drops all its crap in, I usually leave them up as markers just to see how quickly I can end up killing it. So I feel occasionally, because when you're down here, the voodoo dolls just drop like crazy anyways. There we go. But you can kind of just time yourself by where the boxes lay. And occasionally I will just bring a few dolls down and just see how quickly I can murder the thing. Because it's fun to just try it out and see. See how optimized your build has actually gotten through your time working on everything. Let's see here. This should be right near the start, considering all the hearts and whatnot. Alright, Cody. You were a guide for like 5 minutes. Cool. Fires the bees. The bees are your friend. There we go. Then I'm just going to say F you. And are we done? Not quite. This is why I also dig out the tops. Because that can happen. And that's not super great. Alright, bees, go for it. There we go. One down. And then just fires the bees. Oh, nice, and we got another guide already. It's Marty. Marty's not a bad name. Also, just to explain what the build functionally is this time around, we basically have a trinket. What are you doing down here? Sorry, tortured soul. I don't really have time for you. I'm kind of fighting the wall of flesh already. Come on, almost down. Little more. Ooh, Jesus, those lasers get nasty. Oh, I already used my healing. There we go. So what do we get this time? We get another Sorcerer's Emblem. That's kind of bad luck. And another of the Firecracker. Jesus, really, you have to drop the exact same things I got the last time? Dude. Alright, well, Cody was disappointing. Let's see what Marty gives us instead. Because I doubt they've changed the Wall of Flesh's, like, tables to be that unfair, but let's see here. Let's grab... Where do I want to put spare weapons for now? Here, we'll keep one of the pwn hammers on us. And then I'll just start chucking all of these into here for now. There we go. Look. Not what I wanted to do. Give me one. There we go. The pwn hammer in and of itself isn't supremely useful, but it does at least have one key use, which is just breaking the flesh altars, which wording is not exactly the greatest on that, but you just break flesh altars with it. It works. Also, out of idle curiosity, let's just see where our hollow spawn is on the surface, because I have a feeling it's either in the Crimson or it's just past the Crimson in the snow biome, which could be problematic. Either that or it's in the desert over here, and then this entire cavern system is just fucked. But we'll have to see. Oh. Let's just check over here in the snow biome first. Because if it's not within this Crimson block... Oh, fuck. I forgot I was on that. Go back to the Flame Lash. No. And we will have to do a little bit of work in the above ground hollow, mostly, if I recall correctly. Above ground hollow and underground hollow are going to be important because the pixie dust stuff does have a magic weapon tied to it. And I believe one of the... Oh yeah, we've got the upgraded hard mode top side enemies. That's fine. The pixie dust definitely has something tied to it. Oh. The unicorn horn, I believe, has a mount tied to it as well as a weapon that we can use, because I think there's a gay gun that we can get that does magic damage. Oh, I'm out of mana. That's a good sign. And then the underground underground hollow, I believe, has... Ugh. Sir, you do... Boy, okay. Does that prevent me from jumping? That's a problem. Do. Screw all of you guys in the upgraded Crimson. Ow. Okay. Put a torch down there. Let's see. Darkness. Okay. That's fine. I think that's still relatively visible on stream. Oh, hey, look at that. I was right. It literally just cut right into the hollow. Or cut right into the Crimson. Oh, that's not great. This is a hollow that's just surrounded by Crimson. Oh. Oh, that's not good. This is also a hollow that infected our ice biome. Because that's not Crimson ice, that's hollowed ice. This is Magic Fairy ice. That should be fine. There's some important stuff in the hollow, and I'm sure it invading the ice biome is okay. Oh, Jesus, this actually started in here, and this is a lot wider than I was expecting. Did both of them hit here? How much of this did it cover? Okay, only up to there. So that's not too bad. I believe when killing the Wall of Flesh, it does also spawn in another line of Crimson. So I guess we'll just have to keep an eye out for wherever that dropped. Let's see. Come on, horsey. Let's see. It looks like this area is fine. This doesn't have Crimson or Hollow tied to it. What about past it? Well, we've got sunflowers here, so that's at least handy. But I don't know if there's Crimson or anything tied to this branch. Oh yeah, there's the natural Crimson that was over here before. I don't know if I've gotten lucky enough, though, for Crimson to just spawn on top of Crimson on hard mode start. I would laugh if I did, because that'd be great, and would save me an immense amount of time. Come on, get up there. Let's see. Torch. Just gonna torch up everything. Looks like this is still about as long as before. Yeah, it can't really invade the beach because you can't really corrupt the sand, I don't think. No, it can corrupt the sand. It's working on it. That's a problem. I need to keep at least one of the beaches safe, just because we need to put the fisher on a beach at some point, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. Whop. So I'm just gonna say that one beach is sacrificed at this rate, because I can't see any way of saving that. And I'm fine with having a corrupted beach. As long as we keep one of them fine, then that gives us a place to put the angler, as well as a place to build a stadium for Duke Fishtron later. And yes, we will deal with Duke Fishtron later. Because he's an interesting fight, but once you at least have the right gear for it, it's not awful. Let's see here. Go away, zombies. So far, nothing new. Did you say Fishtron? Yeah, I said Fishtron. Oh, that's where it spawned. Okay, that's a bit awkward. Well, I found the one crimson block that spawned in. It apparently spawned in over our meteorite site. Isn't this tied to like a normal one anyways? Oh no, the jungle's right there. Oh, that's bad. That means we're gonna have a corrupt jungle. Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna go down that way, isn't it? Oh no. Okay, well, this is gonna be damage control 101. Doot. Yeah, that goes right into the jungle. Ooh, that's super rough. Okay. What direction is it going, at least? Oh, did it go to the left? Yeah, that went to the left. We might have actually gotten lucky with that. Hold on. Get off the horse. Do. Just gonna dig this lake out. Oh yeah, also, new underground enemy. Welcome. Go away, Wraith. Let's at least dig a little bit of this out. Once we get the drill, I'll do a proper dig, just so that way we can contain the biomes. What did that much damage? Is that a turtle? Am I really counted as underground jungle just here and you spawned a turtle up top? Game, you are rude. Okay. We don't gotta worry about the turtle too much because the turtle gear is tied to the melee stuff. So that's fine. Ooh. That's not great. Yeah, I'm gonna need those drills super quick. Um, hello, Turtle Sen. How's it going? Also, this is why we need to start upgrading our gear quickly. Everything in hard mode is quite beefy. There we go. One turtle down. Oh god, barracudas. Fuck. I forgot about barracudas. Ow. That was rude, game. Yeah, our gun is not well suited to this stuff anymore. Get rid of you. And then the harpies that exist in the jungle now. Because they upgraded the bats. Giant flying fox. Okay, that's a different name at least. Hmm. Okay, so noted. Our crimson spawn is interacting with our jungle, which is bad. And we've got our hollow spawn in our snow biome, so that's safe. Not exactly fantastic, but it's safe enough. Actually, I go this way. So let's see if we can get what we need from the Wall of Flesh. Then we'll start with the actual prep, which is going to the Crimson Biomes and murdering every flesh altar in them, just so that way we can spawn in the next tier of metals just randomly on the map, and then we'll just have to go find them. Because that's really what you got to do once you start hard mode. And you really got to push for the third tier of your metals kind of quickly. Let's see here. So we've got the hollow that came down to the right. Our crimson went down to the left, so that should be okay. But the hollow came down to the right, so it just intersects with our elevator, which could be worse, I'll be honest with you. I've had worse interactions with my elevators before. But at least it's kind of obvious when it changes. Yeah, so this is what's counted as hollow now, by the way. So if you ever see like a purple background, that's just how the hollow is. We will need to come here to grab stuff anyways. Hollow Underground, Crimson Underground, we'll just have stuff that we need. Crimson Underground a little bit more, just because we need to get the Ichor stuff. I believe the Ichor book will help us out tremendously at the end of the day. And we will also have to get on building mana potions and just ways to craft a lot of them, as well as the auto mana potion trinket, just so that way in larger fights we won't have anything that costs no mana anymore. The meteor gun or the space gun is the only thing that'll do that for you. But once you get into hard mode, you basically just need to always have the trinket that auto consumes flasks for you, just so that way you can always keep your mana available. And then you just need a lot of mana potions to offset everything. Oh, nice, that's all my money. Alright then, I believe we got a Marty. Oh, I didn't empty out my inventory from before. Whoops. Oh, that's a good sign. I didn't even notice the fact that I picked up some sunflowers. Oh no. Those dropped from somewhere, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Hmm. I wonder where those dropped from. Shite. Out of that. Alright, well, we'll wait until our health actually regens. Can't believe I don't have lava immunity yet. That's alright. We have campfires. We've got potions. Ow. Oh, there's my neck. That's been needed for a little bit. Oh yeah. Also, secondary portion. Now that we have the second tier of armors, we do actually get to specify our classes a little bit, so we can get a little bit more augmentation to our actual abilities. So the main differentiation when it comes to the hard mode armors is that there are usually 3 different helmets you can grab, and depending on which helmet you grab determines what set you're wearing, basically. So we'll have to make sure that we're just grabbing every magic helmet for every armor that we have, which isn't exactly a problem. They don't cost any different, but it will at least help us a little bit, as well as give us a more slightly magey look. For the hat, at least. Not that we've exactly cared about our looks coming up to this point, but once we get into endgame stuff, we may as well dress up. Alrighty, guide number 1. Bye-bye. Alright, bees. Need your help here. I guess that was Marty. Sorry, Mr. McFly. You're not allowed to travel into the future anymore. We needed you to summon this thing. Kill that one if at all possible. Thank you. Here we go. That should do us relatively well. Do we have any more? We do. Hello. And then bees. And if you want to keep hitting me, I'm fine with that. That just regens my mana more. I can just keep firing the damn thing. Do. Thank you for all the bees. Come on. Almost there. Come on. Beat that one. Buy a pixel. Wow. Okay. Good work. Another firecracker? Are you kidding me? Wall, what is your drop chances at this rate? And it's a godly one, too. That's probably the best augment you can get on the damn thing. Okay. That's fine. Another Pwn Hammer. Those are technically good to sell. So I might keep them. Hey, nice, Tanner. We have another guide to murder. Tanner, you've been our guide for a lovely 30 seconds or so at this rate, but I'm gonna need your help with a very, very important project. There we go. Alright, let's see here. Out of idle curiosity, is that actually helpful for this? Or did the bees do more? That might actually kill them quicker. But I think for the wall, it's more sustained damage for the bees. Okay. So, good note. Use the Flamebringer on the Hungry. Use the bees on the wall. There we go. Oh, I wanted that. There we go. Alright then, let's let our mana regen a little bit. Gave me that. Ooh, we still got some stuff back there, too. Okay, that helps out tremendously. Thank you. Hmm. Okay, that does actually do a little bit better. Noted. The assault rifle, the Pwn Hammer, and the summoner emblem. I swear to God, getting the X emblem is a pain in the ass. Let me just double check this thing's drop table just to make things a little bit easier on myself. Oh. Both Kin and Jason went to Salty. Okay. Makes things relatively easy. Terraria, Wall of Flesh. Let's see. So we've gotten the Flamecracker 3 times now, and then the assault rifle once. There is a magic weapon tied to this, but it's a 25% drop chance, and I guess I just haven't gotten lucky enough to get that yet. And then besides that, we need, I guess, one more emblem, right? Because we've gotten Summoner and we've gotten Source. No, we've just gotten Summoner and Warrior so far. So we still got a few of the... We still have to get the Sorcerer and the Ranger emblem. And then we can make the X emblem, which will help us out a good bit. Up. At least I think it does. Just over having... There we go. Up. Oh, that was Daniel. Whoops. It's actually a semi-important name. Sorry, Daniel. We were a guide for a little bit longer, but we needed to look up some stuff, so that's kind of half expected. Up, up. Come on, get up there. Little hungry boys. Need you out here, please and thank you. Little more. There we go. That's a bit better. There we go. Shoot you down. Then I guess just keep hucking them out. There we go. Doot, doot. Well, we're getting lucky on the guide spawns at the very least. That's making life a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, man. And how are we looking for health? Never hurts to be careful. I think bees are kind of the answer. Bees might honestly be a better answer. Boy, this one's actually taking quite a lot longer. So that does output more damage, but there we go. The Firecracker and the Sorcerer Emblem. Okay, Sorcerer Emblem's good. 15% increased magic damage, which is always nice. I guess we can technically get rid of our wings for that, can't we? There we go. Helps us with our magic damage at the very least. And now we just need to grab... technically one more emblem? Oh, hi there, Izo. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the dice. I think you rolled dice on both of those, actually. How are things on your side? Oh, hey, we got the Wall of Flesh mask as well. That's useless to us. That's... Gel can go away, rope can go away. There we go. Roll the d20. I guess you got initiative going at the very least. Did you get to see what you... Oh, that's a mimic. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. Hi. I'm not going to kill you where there isn't lava that you can drop your stuff into. There we go. Hey, Philosopher's Stone. Good starting one. And then there's the Tortured Soul again. I'm pretty sure that's an NPC, but I don't recall how you're supposed to save them. Hey, buddy. I probably need to do some of the purification powder on it, just so that way we can... use purification powder on it, just that way we can actually unlock the new NPC. I'm pretty sure that is the tax collector. I find it mildly funny that the tax collector is recruited in hell, but I think that's mostly just a play on anyone's viewpoint. Hello, sir. Let's see here. I want to get rid of some of these just to clean up the inventory a little bit. And I brought way too many of these with me. Okay, noted. That was a good crit. Alright, hungry boys. I got a flare wand, and I want you to let me know what you think about it. There we go. Yeah, how is your... I almost wanted to say it was Friday. How is your Saturday going, Ezo? Are you able to get some stuff done? Are you able to chill? Are you stressing out about the horrors of reality? Let the synth wave calm your soul and try to keep things running smoothly on your end. Because clearly, while we're killing this demonic entity, the best thing you should do is learn to be calm. Especially considering we're just firing bees into a gigantic eyeball, but my Saturday was non-existent. That's not inherently a bad thing, to be completely honest with you. And you just woke up. Wow, I wish my Saturdays were that calm. Admittedly, streaming, I haven't really had a calm Saturday like that in quite a while, so good to hear you're at least able to chill. That's kind of important in this day and age. Let's see. Sir, can you stop that? Okay. There we go. That's the summoner emblem again. Game. Game, if I wanted the summoner emblem, I would get the summoner emblem. And there's the goddamn cloud sword. Okay. Doesn't even have auto swing. Lame. Alright, well, pack is full. Let's just do this real quick. So we've gotten everything from the Wall of Flesh except for the actual magic weapon. So we've got a little bit to do. Misc accessories. That can go in there. That can go in there. I should probably just sell everything else. Because I don't need anything else. May as well just get the money off of it. Hello. Let's see. 5 gold? Yeah, that's worth it. 2 gold. The Pwn Hammer's worth a little bit at least. Nimble Breaker Blade is also worth 2. Okay. Doot. That can go away. That can go away. Don't exactly need a Pwn Hammer for damage. We're not exactly doing a melee build at the moment. Sort. Cool. And we've got the wings. Flipper is kind of unique. I'm just going to put that away for now because I don't see us needing it anytime soon. And then you. What would I want to do with you? And I need everything in here, which is a shame. I'll just do that for now. And then you can go in our miscellaneous accessories box. And then I'll probably put away those for now. As well as these. Because we still need the Ranger emblem. So one more emblem and we'll be good there. Womp. Hello, fish. We need one more emblem and then the magic weapon. Then we're good with the Wall of Flesh. Then we can move on and actually do what I was intending to do. Also, hi there, armor. Go away, please. I feel like we do need that, though. Need that, too. Honestly, we can live without it. We can survive fall damage anyways, and we're not exactly flying right now. Womp. Down. Cool. Alrighty. Let me just clear some of the notifications on my phone. That's really the only problem with playing a lot of mobile games, is just the fact, oh hey, High Class Homo's updated. I'll have to read that later. Having so many phone games is a bit of a problem, just because some of them like to send multiple notifications for the same thing, which is usually a relatively good sign that you probably need to uninstall that one because that game is not as optimized as you would like. Let's see here. Oh, there's our hollow. It's spreading down this far. That's okay. I think we can deal with that. Oh, Jesus. Hi. Hey, Skeleton Bro. How's it going? And I guess mobs down here just drop living flame, so I guess we'll have to see what we can do with a living flame, as that acts as a block, from what I recall. Oh, oh yeah, other benefit of the platform, by the way, this is mainly for the wall of flesh, but this is also for shadow chest mimic farming, because those tend to be helpful. As long as you just have not many spawning areas, they'll just spawn on your bridge, and then you can just fight them on there. It makes it a lot easier to just kind of pick them out, too, because if they're sitting on the bridge, it makes it kind of helpful to just be like, oh, hey, there's a chest there, bonk. Granted, when I'm running around like this, like a lunatic, I don't notice it as often, like we saw earlier with that one shadow chest, but it is nice, just so that way it's easily accessible. Well, and so far, we're not doing too bad off of a few runs. I believe we have a guide to murder now as well, so let's say goodbye to the current guide, and let's say hello to a new one. Fuck. Stop doing that, you goddamn horse. Oh, that was a platinum. F. I'm assuming I took the wings off, right? I did. Hmm. Maybe I do need the wings. Oh well. A platinum honestly isn't too much now that we're in hard mode. So we'll just kind of kill off a few other things. We'll get back there in time. Because I think the wall of flesh drops like 8 per thing. Oh, hey, the armor. Hey, buddy. Let's see. Can I get rid of anything for the wings? No. What I need is another accessory slot. And I know there's one thing that I think gives you another accessory slot, but I don't remember how to get it. Now. Come on, brain. There we go. Also, I will need to do some shenaniganry in that mushroom biome eventually, as there is one specific NPC that will move in once you have a truffle home set up, or a home within a underground mushroom biome spawned, and I'm going to put that in quotation marks because you can build that yourself. So even if you just have like a very tiny area, you can get away with it. You can also build it in here, but you can just get away with making your own thing. Probably work on grabbing those crystals, in all honesty. Because there are some magic weapons I can build off of that, too. There's a lot you can do now that hard mode is initiated. That's about all I can realistically say without just jumbling down into a topic of endless content. Because you've got the underground corruption now has a bunch of new enemies that can debuff you. You've got the underground hollow, which has teleporting enemies. You've got all the soul crap you need to collect. And you've just got so much to do now that you're in hard mode. Oh, hey. And hey there, Mitchie. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for reblocking my notification posts, by the way. It's always appreciated. But how are things on your side? Hopefully the evening's at least going well for you. I do need purification powder. Okay. I should probably do that. Oh, we're kind of just farming the wall of flesh at the moment. Doing a little bit of sacrifice just so that way we can try and get stuff. As you can see by the 6 tries we've done so far. Oh, hey, another mimic. Hey, buddy. Hey, the Star Cloak. Cool. Of course, got home from work making music videos at the moment. Ooh. Getting into some of the classic AMV territories or trying to make something a little bit more fun. Because I know AMVs were popular back in the day, but I'm not sure how good they are now. go. Get rid of all these bats. There we go. Thank you for the free mana. That will help out against the hangry. There we go. More like MMD type videos. Ah, okay. Yeah, MMD videos are kind of fun to put together at the end of the day. Depending on if you can get a proper MMD setup going, at least. Because I know it's not the easiest thing to get going. Demon, go away. I'm fighting the wall at the moment. There's the last hungry. Come here, buddy. There's something. Oh boy. Alright, time for bees. Because when in doubt, just shoot bees into the eyes of your enemy. It makes things a lot more easier. Hello, Mr. Demon. You can go away. Hello, Voodoo Demon. We are currently fighting the thing that we need your item for. Please go away. Time for bees. Exactly. Because, I mean, when in doubt, just go for bees. This one's also going to take us a bit longer. It took us a little bit to actually kill off the hangry this time. Well, I'm using the VRM viewer to make them. It's compatible with MMD files. Oh. Okay. I've been doing something annoying by converting my VMRs or VRMs into whatever the MMD file format is for the models itself. What? Oh, Jesus. Come on. There we go. And bees to the eye sound painful? A little bit, yeah. The firecracker and the summoner emblem again. Game, please. I just need the ranger emblem. Also, I'm so sorry, buddy. I don't have the purification powder needed for you at the moment. Honestly, just so that way he stops spawning, let's just go and grab that real quick. Hey, Dryad. Oops. Hey, girl, I got some questions for you. Well, your RNG is being amazingly bad. Yeah, let's just blame it on streamer luck. Usually speaking, whenever you just aren't getting anything, it's because other people are watching. The game knows, and the game wants to actively fuck with you. Just so that way you can't make any actual progress. Druid. Oh, Druid's in the castle. Hold on. Oh, Miss Druid. There she is. Hey, girl. Let's see. Purification powder. Let's just grab like 5 to be safe. And she's got all of her planters. Huh. I guess I put her in a good spot then. Hollowed seed too. That's actually going to be quite painful. Alrighty, so that's good. Let's sell what we don't need to Merchant Boy here. Which would be that. Sunflowers I should realistically keep. And then the Star Cloak. The Star Cloak is helpful. Although I remember that being a Sky Island item too, so it's kind of weird to see it on the Wall of Flesh. Seen it in worse places though, so can't fault it too hard. These can go down here. There we go. Protect the home from this side, please, and thanks. Alright, let's see here. We still have plenty of dolls left to try and farm stuff off of the wall. I'm not jumping as high. There we go. Oh, right, because I don't actually have the wings equipped. That's kind of helpful. Ugh. Eventually we'll get to the point where we'll just do that. Just that way we have the wings, because I know we've kind of screwed that up a couple times. Oh. I guess it's a relatively good time just to clear my Twitter notifications, isn't it? Because Mitchie reblogged it for sure, but it looks like something else happened too. Oh, 3 people actually reblogged it. That's new. Usually not 3. Who else reblogged that? Oh, Saito did. Okay, that was nice of them. I'll have to go say hi, because I believe she's streaming tonight as well. Well, hey there, Nano. Hopefully the evening is treating you alright so far. We're just sacrificing people to the Eldritch Gods, trying to farm stuff. How's your work going? Up. Magma Stone. Useless. Ooh. Sorry I leave? I mean, that's fine, Ansis. Welcome, but have a good night all the same. Pleasure seeing you. Not much, just dining? Okay. Always fun. What are you having for dinner tonight? Hopefully healthy. You kind of need it with all the work you're doing. Okay. At least when I start seeing the boxes, I know I'm close to the start. Let's see. Do I need to worry about anything else right now? No, just the tax collector, really. Which I'm surprised we didn't get to see this time around. He popped up twice last time we were running back here. Next. Hey there, buddy. How am I not killing? That's fine. Wouldn't say fried grounded chicken is healthy. No. No, not by any stretch of the imagination. Usually speaking, ground fried chicken actually sounds good, I'm not gonna lie, but probably not the healthiest thing in the world. But tomato soup, okay, good combo. Chicken usually goes pretty well with tomato soup, so I'd say that's a relatively good meal. Not the most healthy, but not the most unhealthy. Well, all right, bees, I need you to do your worst here. Because as long as he's shooting us, then we can get our mana back. Which just lets us shoot more bees. Here we go. Oh, that's all of our bees for now. Gotta get our mana back. Do. This is more damage than I'd like to take. Crap. There we go. That's the Buster Sword. That's not the goddamn gun I need. And a warrior emblem. God damn it. Ugh. RNG, please. I'm sacrificing so many guides to you. And it looks like the next guide hasn't woken up yet. So we're going to be stuck down here for a little bit, waiting for a new one to spawn. Summoner with a gun. If only. We're at least a mage right now. And technically speaking, the one magic weapon you do get from the Wall of Flesh is a gun. It's just a new laser cannon kind of weapon that's more powerful than the space gun, but it doesn't have that same bonus of it doesn't cost mana at all. Oh, hey, it's the Tortured Soul. Hey, buddy, you feel like coming back home with me? Sir, I'm gonna need you to leave. There we go. Just had to get him to despawn. Oh, he's not despawned yet. Sir, there's a building available for you. You can just go there. And his name is Ronald, too. Sir. Sir, there's ways for you to leave. You don't have to wait for me to get over there. That's a problem. He's probably going to die when we do the wall fight, then. Oh. Thank you for the care package, Nano. And a head pad to go along with it. Sure, you can pat my head while I've got a bucket on there. You're allowed to. Let's see. We did get the new guide at least. If I just warp back, is he gonna come with? No, he's still down there. Dude, why are you still down there? There's available housing for you. Hold on. Or was I supposed to talk to him? That might be awkward. Let's see. Okay, no, he's of it. That is his house. He's just not moving back to it. Ronald, what's going on, dude? Hey. Oh, hey there, Z. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're enjoying your night and enjoy lurking in the cabin. There are some blankets available if you want to cuddle yourself up into a blanket. Because I know a zomburrito tends to be a relatively well-accepted delicacy among streamers. See here. There we go. Much better. Now let's see. Oh, I was meaning to clean up the inventory. That's fine. We've still got 3 of those to use, and that should fill up the rest of it. Geronimo! I'm really hoping I don't have to go through my entire stock of guide dolls before we actually get the 2 pieces we need. But I guess as a compromise, we are at least making a decent amount of money off of it. Oh, armored boys. Hi, you dropped some accessories that I'm going to need eventually. Oh, there goes his head. Sorry, buddy. Now, let's see here. I guess 3 more Wall of Flesh kills doesn't exactly hurt anything. Also, wow, this hollow strip goes down super far. And crystals are starting to form on the health side of things too, so that's always good. Up. Alright, Ronald, are you gonna stay down here, or are you gonna go back upstairs to, like, where it's not ash and fire and brimstone? Because, like, you're allowed to be down here. Your soul is forever trapped down here, whether you like it or not, but, like, you can at least go live up on the surface while you have a regular human body. Like, you're allowed. I'm not gonna stop you. See here. Ember Blossom stuff. We'll take it. The bat. Okay. I forgot that was something you could actually get. The deadly one, too. If only that was actually a half-decent item. Okay, looks like Ronald left as we were going down the elevator. That's fine, at least. Oh, no. Dude, why are you here? Go home. I'm trying to make my way back home to count my money. Please tell me he doesn't have to have an active pathway to get back to the housing. That's going to be a problem if it is. Oh, hi, Damon. Alrighty. Next guide. Let's see here. May as well just summon bees. That helps out in the current situation anyways, and it's still fairly effective against the hungry. And by kind of effective, I meant actually very effective, as long as the bees track to the right target. Num num. You feel like dying to this anytime soon? There you go. Just gotta love the power of bees. It's extremely helpful. Hey, nice, Luke arrived. Well, Luke, I hope you enjoy your stay. You're gonna be there for about 5 minutes at max. Oh, is that the fastest we've actually killed it? And Sorcerer Emblem. And the Breaker Blade again. Dude. What are these drop chances today? I should at least be getting a multitude of the emblems. I think we've gotten like 6 Sorcerer Emblems. The Bat can go away. That's not even worth much money. Neither is that. Oh, we got a Soul of Light already. Sweet. We're gonna need a fuckload of those. Nope. Did Rold actually go back? Hey, good. Rold did actually make it back. I don't have to worry about the manslaughter about having the wall of flesh pass by him. There we go. Alright, let's see here. Next guide, I believe they were Luke. Goodbye. There we go. Go my bee army. Please slaughter all of the hangry. Because it sucks to be hangry. Make sure to have a Snickers. And if this stream was ever sponsored by any form of candy, I would be pleasantly surprised. Give me that. That's actually a good question. Has anyone actually had a moment where someone has had a Snickers to try and calm themselves down? Because I know that's their advertising campaign, but it would be kind of funny to see if anyone has actually tried it. Come on, bees. Get in there. Another Buster Blade. What the hell are these drop rates? And the... God damn it. Okay. Game, please. You can give me the other pieces at this rate. Up. I'm not myself when I'm hungry. I turn into Betty White. So you become very snarky and you care very little about human existence then. I know she was in one of the commercials, but honestly, I could see someone turning into the complete snark master when they're hungry. Let's see. Next guide, I believe you spawned. Really? It must be nighttime then. Well, if it is nighttime... Ow. There we go. Probably should check on the hollowed zone by her elevator then. The role I must know her from was Golden Girls. That is kind of where she got, like, her big stride in the modern era, at least. So that's not exactly a bad thing, Solace. Because Betty White has just kind of been an outstanding individual who has just lasted long enough to be in most forms of media anyways. There we go. Let's see. Can I actively see where the elevator is from here? Probably. Still is kind of unfortunate that she did pass away, especially during the times that we're in. Betty kind of deserved a lot better than having to spend the last years of her life during the COVID era, because that's just never a pleasant time. This is something that's going to go down in the history books for a while, and I'm a little bit afraid on how they're going to actually teach the world about how these few years went. Yep. Now, can I get up there from here? Or should I drop down a rope? That's a problem. My elevator's a lot higher up than I currently am. I wonder how things will look in 10 to 20 years. I'm hoping that we have better practices and the human race isn't as dumb as it currently is. That's my hope, at least. I know 10 to 20 years is asking a lot for that ask, but there we go. Need you two to go away. Thank you. I don't have a good way of getting up there from here. All right, let's see here. Oh, not that. I wanted the lash. Let's see. Oh, the armor. Hi there. Oh, there's multiple armor. Okay, I didn't even hear that. Hey, buddy. There we go. I'm just gonna poke you down. Cool. All right, then. Ronald is at least upstairs now. Don't have to worry about him getting too far away. Let's see. Quick stack and misc equipment, I guess I can toss the swords into. And then I'll keep the souls in the metal chest. Shoot. Ah. Yeah, I can probably grab some of these. What does that do again? Reduces the cooldown of potions. Can the Philosopher's Stone be mixed with anything I currently have, or do I have to remake the Band of Regen? Oh yeah, we don't have a guide right now. Well, that's awkward. Was wondering for a second, how do I check this item? Oh yeah, I've been killing the person who I can check items with. Oh well, we can at least quickly pass time like this. And then a new guide can spawn, although he won't be in the tower since we're sleeping here, but that's fine. Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, we're giving that guy a hard time. Whoops. Also, I guess since we're at the 2.5 hour mark, I should probably take a break, just so that way I can make sure my back isn't too screwed over. Now, so why don't we do that? I'll grab some more liquids and all that. Mobart's throwing a party and the guide is dead. Apparently, Mobart did not like Luke very much. Whoever Mobart is. Also, I do find it mildly hilarious that the tax collector does not wear a party hat during parties. They're really trying to sell that character. Okay. Well, I'll just pause that for a second, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. There we go. Hello again, everybody. Hopefully you're able to grab something in the meantime, just to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Let's see, Philostone. Probably should have left this on so the guide does spawn back in. I hope he spawns during a party. I'm not sure about that. And thank you, Solace. Let's see. Do you sell something special while... Oh, you give me cake. Well, thank you. Oh, it can be placed. Um, I guess I'll place the cake on the bar? Cool. Huh. Did that just give me a... Not permanent, only a 2-minute running and mining boost? Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see. That will tell us when we do have a guide, at least. So I guess that's a relatively good indicator. What other hard mode stuff can we do? There is the dragon, technically, but I don't exactly have good flying gear. Hey, there we go. Andrew. I know an Andrew. Hoping he's doing alright. Haven't really gotten a chance to talk with him in a while. Well, there we go. I guess while I'm down here, I should also try and grab some of the crystal, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably should. There's some crystal stuff that we'll need. Not quite the crystal gems, but close enough. Huh. What is that account? That's the official Terraria Twitter who liked my post. Okay, that's new. I guess they had their PR guy actually looking at Twitter tonight. I didn't even tag this as a Twitter stream. I didn't tag this as a Terraria stream, I just said Terraria in the name. That's neat. Always glad to see one that... Fuck, I meant to go up there. Ah, god damn it. Gotta be... I gotta make some way for myself to get back up there. I'll need to make platforms or something. That's fine. Let's see then. We've got our guide. We've got a few dolls. So we're good for a few more kills. Let's see if we can at least get what we need by the end of stream. If not, then I guess when we hit the 3-hour 30 mark, I'll start smashing some of the altars just so that way we can get the ores on stream. I'll probably do the digging itself off stream, unless you want to see me digging for about 2 hours just to make the holes I need to keep everything relatively contained. Especially now that I'm going to have to cut out half the jungle just to make sure that that stays safe. Pop. Goodbye, little slime boy. Goodbye, little bat boy. Now let's see. I did not catch the guide's name, but I do want to wish him a well-served time. Because you will serve us very well. No one saw that. Alright, bees. I need you to do some work, please. There we go. Also, I noticed that the things in the box at the wall drops are actually kind of retrievable through the wall, so you don't have to mine it out to get them. Yeah, thankfully, when it comes to the draw distance of the item pickup, that is at least one of the benefits with Terraria. You don't have to be, like, supremely close to get what you need out of it, which is always a trick that I've just known and just instinctively went along with to make sure that I can just grab stuff. Up. Alright, bees. I'm just gonna shoot you into the eyeballs now. Doo, doo, doo. It wasn't always like that, no? I feel like it has been for as long as I've played, but maybe not back in like the beta or just the original build. And it's not like a special trait of those blocks either. As long as it was basically just a one wide block, you could pick up anything from the other side of it. Yeah, this is going to be a bit close, isn't it? That's smaller. The assault rifle, the wall of flesh mask again, and the sorcerer emblem again, and the trophy. Okay. Well, getting the trophy is at least new. And Maxwell. Good job, buddy. Well, if we've got a Maxwell, I guess then next order of business is just getting back there because we've killed enough things that dropped hearts that we should be fully healed by the time we get back. Cool. Alright, Maxwell, we've known you for a good total of 10 seconds. Goodbye. Now, can I collect all of those in a group? Do. There goes all of them. And honestly, with you guys, I'll just explodify. A little too close for comfort anyways. Let's see. And there we go. Alright, bees. Enjoy your bees, Wall. Hmm. Here we go. May as well put Magic Pen on, or just Damage Penetration on. I'm assuming that this works with magic, which will help us a lot, actually, with murdering the eye. Oh, crap. Get on your horse, girl. Horse is your friend. That's... Ranger Emblem. Cool. Okay. But Firecracker. So we got one of them. There. Cool. Where are all the other emblems? Let's just combine those into one now. Because I don't know if the other point we need will be coming up for a while. But the X emblem is just helpful because it will combine with something later down the line. Let's see, Ranger, Sorcerer, I need to grab the Warrior and the Summoner. And let's see what we can get on it. Aw, even the little Totos have hats. That's why party time is fun. Everyone gets hats except for the tax collector. Also, I'm just gonna plop this up in our abandoned house. There we go. Let's see. This is not apparently what I need for this. Well, we have the guide. Hey, buddy, what do I need here for this exactly? Is the Ectomist preventing me from crafting the X emblem, or do I need something else? Do. Where are you? He's in the top floor for some reason. Buddy boy, what are you doing? Crafting. Oh, they changed how you do the Avenger emblem. Okay. And is that just the same for all of them? That is the same for all of them. Okay. Interesting. I guess we'll have to make that later then. I thought it was just combining all the emblems together. Good to know I'm wrong. Oh, hey, we got Luigi's hat from somewhere. Okay. I don't know where we got Luigi's hat from, but sure. I'm assuming that... Oh! Oh, wait, that's how. The Luigi hat is a 100% drop item if you kill, I think it was Andrew. I remember reading about that on the wiki. Uh, green hat. Green hat. I don't know what it's called. Green cap. Okay. Fine, if you're going to be that specific about it. Green cap. Okay, yeah, I am right. Apparently, if you just kill the Andrew guide, he just immediately drops the Luigi hat. I'm assuming that's one of the developer's younger brothers or something, just so you can get off the meme with that. But neat. Alright, let's see. How many of these emblems do we have? Because I can honestly sell most of these. That, and that. Alright then, all we need is the gun. As well as just probably store some of the money, considering we're already at about a platinum. Oh. Let's see. Sell, 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 sell. Don't need another wall of flesh mask. Don't need a gun. Don't really need flame lash. Cool. And that gives us a nice clean 2 platinum. That will help us out whenever we need to actually buy things, but for now we're good. Let's see, we've got 2 guide dolls left. Assuming I have a few more in here. Cool. We've got like 7-ish more shots to figure this out. Let's see if we can get that gun. I really shouldn't even be pushing this hard for the gun. It's not the best gun in the game for magic builds, but like it's helpful. It does at least do more than the space gun, and considering we're going to lose the meteor armor very, very shortly, it'd be better to just get rid of it now than have to wait to build the various magic items that we get through the hard mode ores. Up. Let's see here. Ow. Okay, arm. Calm down, buddy. Don't need you hurting this much. Alright, also other note, I should keep good watch to try and collect some of the crystals, just so that way I know what we need from those. Soul of Lights will also be mildly important, but the crystals are the main point. There's actually a couple things I believe you can make with the crystals, but it has been a hot minute. Alright. Hello, Underground Hollow. Do you feel like porting over to me? There we go. Oh yeah, Underground Mushroom Biome. During hard mode, this actually becomes increasingly harder. Well, crap. Get away from me. Let's see. Crystal Shard. I think that's just money, but there we go. I remember I used to make underground mushroom biomes in my base. Guess not anymore. I think there are some ways to keep it safe. I think if you have a different wall tile set up, you should be okay. Nice, got a Soul of Light. Hey, slime boy. You do way too much damage right now. I'm reminded that I probably shouldn't be hunting the hollow mobs just yet. Party time's over? Okay. Probably shouldn't be hunting the hollow-based enemies, if only because of the fact they can immediately murder us. We are just getting mildly lucky in the fact that I'm able to camp them out relatively easily. Oh god, except for you. You just run straight at us like a lunatic. Or not. I guess if he thinks he can attack us, then he's not going to teleport? That's an interesting mechanic off of you, buddy. We'll take it, though. Give me that. I know in underground hollow biomes as well, it is interesting to see once you do have just a full collection of crystals just spawning everywhere. Also, underground biome, it's very good, or underground hollow, it's very helpful to just sit by lava pools because most enemies are not immune to lava in the hollow based and underground stuff. So you can kind of just sit by lava pools, let that kill stuff off, and then you'll have so many souls popping up. It's honestly silly how much you can get away with. I believe the same with the underground crimson, to be honest with you. What? Hey, buddy. So you're never exactly short for change with the Souls of Light, I found. Oh, I bet. Let's see. We've at least gotten some Souls of Light, and we've gotten some crystals. We won't be able to build much anyways, not until we get the right tools for the job. But, still pretty neat that we're able to get stuff. Hi. Goodbye, demon. Oh. Is this actually low enough for that? Oh, that's also another exploit. Okay, so the underground hollow can actually spawn surprisingly far away from where you think. So because we have the ash blocks down, nothing is actually shown to have changed, because ash blocks are another block that are just completely unaffected by biome change. But if we have the hollow biome this far down, that means we can just farm the hell enemies as well, which are significantly easier to kill until you kill, I think, Skeletron Prime is when hell gets buffed. It's been a while, though, so I could be wrong. Also, Jesus inventory. Calm down, buddy. Let's see. Daybloom, Fireroot, Gel, Glowing Mush. It's not exactly a bad thing. Like, by the time you get to Skeletron Prime, you should be in, like, the highest tier armor, and you should have most of your hard mode pre-moon base gear built. So buffing hell doesn't do that much, but it does give you some extra items, really. Alright, I saw another guide spawn. Welcome to hell, buddy. And hangry boys. You feel like giving me an assault rifle today? Not the clockwork one. Give me the magic one. Yep. Alright, my bees. Please do my bidding. Up. Yep, give me that. Alright. Bees, go for it. Oh, Jesus. I'm apparently just getting immediately rocked this time around. Okay, I get it, sir. You're angry. Ooh. Also, that can happen occasionally. If you kill it exactly on where you killed another one, that's nice. The firecracker again. God damn it. Game. Why are you being rude? Just give me the goddamn gun. It's not even that good. Oh well. We've got time to kill before the next guide spawns anyways, since I believe it's nighttime. Up. Also, it is interesting that they kind of tie the hell-based whip to the wall of flesh. Oh. Well, hi there. You know what? That's fine. I'm alright with killing you right now, Mimic. We've gotten the Philo Stone, and we've gotten the Star Cloak. What else do you got? Another Philo Stone. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Jesus. Cool. I guess now we're just waiting for a bit until we notice that we have a guide again. See, though. Luigi's cap is not really going to work for us just because I like having the ponytail available. Up. Probably something I should do is build the stopwatch, as that'll at least let me know what the time is. But do I want to do that right now? Probably not. Something I guess I should also do in the off time is I should try and build a lava fishing arena. Just because if we are going to eventually do the fishing quests, we should make sure that hell is an option. Actually, I guess here would probably work. I might just put some platforms here, and then this can be my little fishing zone. Because that's deep enough for it. Let's see. Lava platform. Goodbye, buddy. Also, I'm not sure if the flags are something you've ever dealt with before, Solace, but the flags do give you a damage buff to the enemy that you've been killing mercilessly already. I don't quite remember the exact percentage value that it does boost you, but you just don't get hit as much by, and you do murder easier. As long as you kill every 50, I believe, or so, you get a flag. Well, which I've kind of been trashing some of my flags, but they are helpful. They are for more than just decoration. There we go. Oh, perfect. There's the 1500 or 1500ths Hellbat. I have spent far too much time in hell if I'm up to that many bats. Oh well, it works. Oh yeah, the hot dog. Ow. Okay. Goodbye, slime. It's gonna be a while before the guide actually pops up. So why don't I go sleep in the bed real quick? Oh, that's the wrong button, Jude. There we go. Let's just go pop in the bed, just so that way I can turn to daytime a little bit quicker. Unless it's daytime now. And then we can just get to question him a bit about what we can do with our crystals and our souls of light. Also, can I... Please, thank you. Except there might be something weird with that spawn point thing. It seems to break fairly often. Oh well. That's fine. Our default spawn point's not too far away from our base anyways, so we're not exactly missing much. Jesus, neck, what are you doing? There we go. There we go. Hey, Kyle. That's not a super generic guy name. Oops. You have the wings, gotta remember that. Hey, Kyle. Crafting. What can I do with crystals? So we can make the bigger tier of potions, which we don't exactly need right now. We make the bigger tier of just both potions, noted. Mana potions are just a lot more expensive for those. Crystal darts are worthless, bullets are worthless, blocks are worthless. The yo-yo's not bad. Definitely weird that you build it off the wooden yo-yo, but sure. All the lightsabers are built off of crystals. Not what we need. The harp, which we can't build until we defeat... God, what is the eye boss called? Whatever the mechanical eye boss is, we have to wait on that. And, oh, we just have to kill him for... Okay, apparently we need to murder the eye a lot. Also, we can make the Crystal Storm book. So, that's helpful. I believe that also goes through walls. So it is a very helpful one. But yeah, I guess we're going to have to deal with the eye to get our magic crystal weapons at the very least. And the Gay Rod. Yeah, cast controllable rainbow. So the Rainbow Rod is basically the same thing as the Flame Lash, just stronger and extremely gay, which I'm cool with. Oh, what else does the Soul of Light do? So Mechanical Eye summons the twins. That's actually not that expensive, all things considered, to build. I guess I'll have to keep that in mind. A Logic Sensor, the Crystal Storm, the Meteor Staff. That's actually not too bad. That's just magic. Huh. Well, that might not be too bad to build for. The Fairy Bell lets you get Navi, but you need to kill the twins for that. Light Disc is probably my favorite weapon out of all of them. Okay. Okay. They get the one pun. Welcome, by the way, to Terraria just liking its puns. Here's the one summoning type weapon. Like I said, they're all whips. You get the Cool Whip by combining the Frost Core with a bunch of other souls. They get the one. Soul of Light in a bottle can be placed. And the Key of Light. That's for something else, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. Alright, let's see then. Where can I stash some stuff? Let's put... Boy. We'll put the crystals in the metal chest as well for now. I can't imagine anything super bad going wrong with that. Crystals. Those are needed for crafting anyway, so nothing super lost with that. Disc accessories. Let's see. Realistically, I should just put away the lava bug net too. It's nice to have, but I'm not exactly using it right now. And then these. That would be helpful to have on the bar, but we don't need to deal with poison right now. Likely everything else is sellable, so that's fine. Anything else I gotta worry about? Demon Scythe. 53. 14. That actually uses less mana than that. Hmm. I'll put that on the hotbar then. Because once we're on the wall, if we just need to cut damage out. Well, alrighty, horse. Let's go and sacrifice... I don't think that was Kyle, was it? It was Kyle. We get to sacrifice another Kyle. Ooh. That's different. Hoppin' Jack? Doesn't drop anything useful. Good to know. Well, there we go. Alright then. Another couple walls to deal with. Do I want to go until we just use up all that we currently have? Probably, yeah. If we just go to what we currently have, that will probably keep us relatively clean. And then we can just go smashing altars and having some fun with that. Why do you pause? Are you actually hitting something? Hmm. You are hitting something. There we go. There's the angle I wanted. Oh, that's silly. I love it. I guess it just keeps us protected, though. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. Nice. Shoot. Hell of a elevator. Exactly. And welcome, welcome, Mousy. Hopefully the evening's running well for you so far. We're currently just kind of farming the wall of flesh at the moment, so if you're a little bit turned off by bulbous amounts of flesh, then may not be the best time, but welcome, welcome all the same. Whoops. Happy face, not offline face. Also a little bit of human sacrifice, but that's fine. Oh, hey, pre-roll ads are actually going. Okay. Good to know. I think Mousie's immune to that because of VIP status. I'm not 100% off, though. But how are things, Mousy? Are you at an insomnia point right now? Because my streams, I know they go late, but not Great Britain late. What we farming for? Currently, we're just farming for the... I don't remember what it's called, but there's a gun tied to the Wall of Flesh. So we are trying our best to kill the Wall of Flesh enough times to actually unlock that thing. But we've not gotten super lucky in that department. VIP status doesn't confer ad immunity, it just lets them ignore special channel states. Okay. Never 100% certain how those actually affect things, but maybe Mousy got in just before they rolled on, so that should be fine. And how did anime night go for you guys? I believe you're starting to watch Digimon a bit more, right? Oh, that's a bad time for a Mimic. That's an awful time for a Mimic. Buddy boy, this is a Wall of Flesh fight. I don't need you here right now. There we go. Just a Star Cloak. Nothing fancy. Alright then. Only farming I did in this was to collect all of the bows in the game? Okay. Well, nothing wrong with that. All things considered, the bows in the game are all relatively good, so... And I've been lurking for about 2 hours. Oh, okay, that would probably explain a lot then. Well, thank you for lurking for so long, especially during anime night. Just bees. Bees are helpful. Yeah, how was your anime night going? If I at least saw the hints correctly, you're at least working on Dragon Ball Z. I'm assuming Super, just because that's what you're doing. Anime was fun. We watched Porco Rosso. Okay. A fan-made Digimon, or not Digimon, a fan-made Dragon Ball Z movie. Let's see. Snatch and the last 5 episodes of Kill la Kill. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. Alright, just wanted to make sure I wasn't dead. So I guess if you finished off Kill la Kill, what would be next on Anime Night then? Especially if you've gone through that much in one night. That's actually kind of surprising that you're able to get through that much. Yep. Oops. Hello. Need you to go away, please and thank you, demon. Alright, let's see here. Next guide. Bye-bye. Maybe Comey will be fully out? Maybe. I could definitely see it. And at the very least, you've got Season 1 that you can get through at least, so that might be an option. Get through Season 1, by the time you actually get through Season 1, Season 2 might be finished. There we go, get rid of you guys. Then Hangry Boys need to go away. Alright. Time for bees. Go. That one Hangry Boy is actually getting to be a bit of a problem. Alright, that works. Oh boy. Get some more bees out. Try and avoid all the death lasers. Oh boy. There we go. Please tell me that's the gun. That's the goddamn ranger gun. Game, please. Trying to be nice here. But you're not making this easy when I've killed, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hey, Jesus. Also, apologies, Pink. I kind of bypassed the name by accident just because I was focusing on some things. But welcome to the cabin as well. So far the night's going alright. Just the Wall of Flesh is being quite rude and not dropping the one weapon I kind of wanted to get by this point, especially after 13 Wall of Flesh kills. Considering this is an item that has a 25% drop chance, as well as like 4 other items. Hey, but oh well. RNG can't always be in our favor. Just I kind of figured we'd get there by now, especially after 13 kills of the thing. Up. Yeah, at least we've been able to kill it that consistently. I know that we could probably be a little bit tankier if we actually farmed the right augments on our accessories. Because admittedly, for a mage guild, it's probably better if we could farm for the guarded attribute. That's please go away. Turns out Jude just hates the guide's entire lineage. A little bit, yeah. Because, I mean, he just gets to sit there all day, just talking with all of the people, and then when we drop by, he'll let us know how we can make stuff, but he doesn't do anything besides that. He's functionally freeloading, because being an almanac isn't exactly a job. I got 400 kills on, I think it was Ice Mimics farming the bow I wanted. Sometimes I swear the game seed affects drop rates. I could see that, actually. Because sometimes the drop rates do get very, very ridiculous. Hi, can you die? Thank you. Well, not much we can really do about that except for just continuing to farm things. With the Wall of Flesh, I mostly just want it because I'd like to grab all of the magic weapons during this playthrough if we can. I might have to do more of the kills of this off-stream just so that way I can actually get the gun. Because if we were able to kill a fortnight's worth of the Wall of Flesh, that's a very bad sign about our drop luck at the moment. Come on, Wall. That's the Breaker Blade again. Ugh. Okay. Oh, there's a Mimic, too. Hi, buddy. How's it going? The bees are not effective against the Mimic, unfortunately. That's fine. Hey, buddy. How's it going? You feel like dropping anything new for me? Or are you just Philosopher's Stone and Starcloak nowadays? Come on. The dual hook? Okay, that's not too bad. Is that better than our spider hook for the moment? I think so, if only because it's faster and longer. But it is only one. Hmm. It's fine. It's part of the Mimic set. It's supposed to be better than the spider one anyways. Alright, let's see. Our inventory is getting a little bit too full. Can I ditch any of this stuff? Let's see. Purification powder can go away. The demon banner can go with all of these. Oops. And then that worm needs to die. Cool. Alright. Do we have another guide? No, we don't have another guide right now. So this is actually a good time to just kind of go back and clean up our inventory anyways. Hey, good, our spawn did actually refresh. Took it long enough. I swear I've been trying with that bed for a while. Up. Yeah, our goal for right now is mostly just to try and get that gun. But considering the time frame, I might honestly leave it alone for now and try and get some of the other gear. Oh, I've got a lot of hammers in there. I might try and get the other ores spawned in, just so that way we can start getting the other gear. Just so that way we can be a little tankier, and the meteor gun isn't really going to be solving any problems anytime soon, so... Yeah, why don't we just do that? Web slinger can go in there. I don't care about the assault rifle. And let's just put our guides away for now and get our pwn hammer and just start smashing. Pwn hammer. I guess we'll just put you there. Alrighty. Let's go to the Crimson at night. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Let's see. I guess I'll just have to keep an eye out for all of the other magic weapons that I can grab now. Because I don't exactly have a bad selection, but we could be doing a little better. Whop. Alright then. Off to the christening. We'll have to deal with some extra mobs, but if you can smash them fast enough, it's honestly not too bad. Well, goodbye, sir. And then we could also go to the Hollow to start farming pixie dust, but I might want to grab some water candles for that. All right, first one. We get Palladium, or Palladium, and Orichalcum. Oh, a lot of these are actually behind walls. There we go. Adamantite. All right, Adamantite's at least pretty standard. And red works for juicy, so I'm fine with that. Oh boy. Move over. Oh. I did not put any mana regen in here, did I? Hello, sir. Are you going to be a problem, or are you just going to stick up there? Apparently these guys can't go through platforms, so that's at least nice and easy. I'm assuming the bees are semi-useless against you, because you guys hop around way too much. Hop. There we go. Enjoy your bath. Cool. Let's see. Where are the other ones? Because I remember there being still a few more. Oh? What do you buy in there, Solace? I don't quite have the same shop as Jason, but I can definitely try my best. Oh, possessed armor. Hi, buddy. Go away, please. Thank you. Yeah, that was gonna start corrupting that stuff. Well, I guess that's everything in this one, aside from the ones that are behind walls. So I guess next order of business then is to go to the next... Oh, wow, that was lucky. I can't mine that with what I currently have, though, can I? Because that's adamantium. That's like the third tier. Oh, no, that's paladin. Okay, that's perfect. Give me all of that. I need enough for a drill. Adamantine is more red. Gotcha. Paladin is a little bit more orange. That was lucky. That's extremely lucky. But I don't think we'll get enough from just this block to actually make the drill. It'll be a healthy amount, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Also, I'm going to need to remember how to actually smelt this. Shoot. Go. Nice, healthy branch of it. Sweet. All right, next one. All right, guess we can try to get to these. May as well just crack them while we're here. And I guess for people who haven't had Terraria, and just for the record of the VOD, for anyone who may not necessarily know what I'm doing, when it comes to the smashing of the flesh altars or the crimson variant, or the, sorry, not crimson, the corrupt variant of the same thing, a set amount of the ore will spawn for every single one that you smash. So it is relatively good to smash most of them, but not all of them, just because you do need to craft stuff at flesh altars. Which, I guess in that vein, I'll probably just leave this one alone, just because this seems to be the last one in this branch. Because that altar is used for crafting a couple of things, so you gotta make sure to at least take care to not smash every single one in your world, otherwise you can cockblock yourself out of a few boss fights, which is a bit of a problem, because you probably want to make sure you have as much gear as possible. And if you're just kind of bypassing, I think it is specifically the mechanical bosses who require it. The mechanical bosses themselves require it, so you do got to be a little careful. Just keep one at least surviving throughout your slaughter. Anyways, next. More Paladin. I'm cool with that. Alright, on to the next tunnel. Let's see here. Horsey? Where is our next tunnel, actually? Just over there. Okay. Not too bad. Come on, get up there, Juicy. You can do it. Not this one. Little farther. There we go. Hey, face monster. Don't care about you. I prefer the cookie monster at the end of the day. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, this is right beside a hollow, too. I think Crimson does eat the hollow. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, we've got a few to break here. And then next order of business is basically going to be going down our elevator with a Spelunker potion on and just trying to find more of every single ore. Mostly Palladium at first, just so that way we can make the drill. Also, what's down there? There we go. Some more adamantite. Come on, buddy. You can dig through this. Oh yeah, the wraiths. The wraiths are gonna murder me if they actually see me. I forgot about that. When you do break the flesh altars, a wraith does immediately come after you, even though they're mainly just a hard mode nighttime spawn enemy. So whoops. Oh, I'm getting... Oh, these are already mixing. That's a problem. I'm gonna have to dig a really big hole through the hollow just so that way the Crimson doesn't eat it. Because I kinda want Fairyland to exist still. Alright, let's see here. Torch, 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 and torch. Break all of these. There we go. And did that cut through the entire thing? Okay, Hollow. That's why there's lights down here, because there's freaking pixies. Okay, that explains a lot. Well, we at least got some pixie dust out of it, so that's nice. Also, yeah, this can happen. So you've got... This is obviously still the Crimson Temple area, but we've got the Crimson Hearts encased in Pearlstone now. That's always fun. Oh, hey, unicorn. Let's shoot it. Or let's shoot bees at it. There we go. Silly unicorn, you can't beat bees. Oh, actually, I'm not doing a ton of damage to that. You feel like giving me your horn? Nice. Okay. Getting unicorn horns early is definitely helpful too, although I think that's more tied to melee stuff than magic stuff. But still not a bad thing. Alright, let's see here. Was that everything? I'll probably keep these hearts for later, just in case I need them for something. Shoot. I believe that will also help in case I need more meteors to spawn, but... Well, I believe there... Oh, Jesus. Hi, buddy. I almost forgot this was Crimson area for a second. Up. Then there's just a regular heart in Crimson over here. But nothing else by the looks of it? Yeah, nothing else. Okay. We've got a lot of stuff we can farm for. The meteors are... Or the meteor staff, I believe, is also something we can do, since I think we've got enough meteors bars for that right now. Could be wrong. Hello, pixies. Can you leave me alone? I'm trying to be nice. Two. There we go. Another one down, another one down. Give me all of your stuff, Navis. More pixie dust. That's the slime boy. Hello. Ah, damn it. There's some pixie dust down there, too. I do need it, so just give me it. Hollow is good for magic. go. More pixie dust. Unicorn buddy is probably not going to like us by the time we're done with him. Crap. God, why do you do 50? I need to get that armor built. Hello, Pixie Bob. Would you like to die? Cool. But the unicorn die or did it despawn? Oh, hold up. Okay. Game, if you want to be nice to me, I'm fine with that, but... Do. More paladin. Or palladium. I'm perfectly okay with that. That might honestly be enough for a drill at this rate, now I'm thinking on it. Guess we'll have to check once we get back there, because I haven't killed the guide in a while, so... They should be back home now, all safe and sound, not having to worry about a ritual sacrifice for a gun. Cool. How much palladium does that give us now? 97. Yeah, it's a healthy chunk. I'll have to see if that's actually enough. Let's see here. You gonna come after me? No. I believe that's our last crimson on that side. And there's one over there, so we do have a little bit further to go. Oh, come on. There we go. Alrighty, let's get our fashionable little booty out of here. Up. And I guess next time we play this, we're probably just going to end up mining a crap ton. So I hope people are fine with that. There we go. Bye-bye, little Pixie Bob. Also, here's the hollow background, if anyone's curious as to what kind of theming they're going for. Pop. There we go. Not quite more pixie dust, but that's fine. And I will admit, I'm fine with our snow biome being infected by the hollow. I think that's kind of helpful for when the snowstorms start, just so that way we can get the frost giant and see what we can make with the frost cores. But we'll have to see. Frost giant's going to be a little bit of a ways away, because he will kick our ass. Hi, pixies. Give me more of your dust. Thank you. Need more pixie dandruff to make my meteor staff, apparently. There we go. There's the hollow out and the regular borealis in. Cool. And then this side at least seems relatively untouched, so that's good. We just got to worry about the crimson that's just to the other side of this. Our poor hollow is just very, very undefended right now. On the one side, at least. The snow, I'm pretty sure, is going to stop the crimson from kicking over on the west side here. Well, alright, go, mi horse, go. Here. What time is it? Oh, it's almost quarter to midnight. Well, we'll at least see if we can get the palladium drill going. Maybe the paladin armor before we finish up for tonight. Then next week we can work on, I think the order of operations for this will be Palladium or Calcum, and then Adamantite, I believe is the order. So we should be relatively okay on that front. Let's see here. Definitely don't have any of the flesh altars close. There's two. Oh geez, all of these are just hidden. Okay. That's not great. Hello, sir. I'm sorry for killing all of these flesh altars. I need to get stuff. Oh, there we go. Another. Adamantite. Let's see. Guess we're gonna have to go digging for all these other ones. I believe Yeah, this should be fine. All right, let's see here. So we've got one there. So let's start digging up, and we'll just dig downwards from that one. Oh, okay. That's a relatively easy hole to get through. All right, then. Next stone block we need to get through. Also, I'm pretty sure we're safe from that, so you can hop all you want down there, my boy. I've got some altars to murder. More paladin. Always good. Uh-oh, Wraithkun. Hey, buddy. What a chest there. That's just a regular default chest with a boomerang in it. Okay. You can stay untouched. You're a relic at this rate. We can't even use the boomerangs because they count as melee weapons in this, I think. There we go. More orichalcum. Also, I don't recall exactly how many of these you're supposed to break. I usually try to break as many of them as I can, just so that way you have enough materials in your world to make what you need. But I know some people do try to get away with less. It kind of just depends on your play style, really. For me, since I just like digging through everything, I like breaking as many as possible. Oh, thank you, Mousy, for the joint realignment. I will need that, as I am breaking a lot more than just my back. Yep. Oh, crap. Blood jelly. Oh yeah, duh, we're in Underground Crimson. Alright, so that digs out all of those guys at least. That's good. Oh, fuck. I was breaking my back. There we go. Let's see then. What else do we got in here? Oops. That's probably enough just to start mining it at least. So I guess let's just go back and double check now. Link route, okay. So, Mr. Guide, now that you're not dead, what? Do I need to make a Palladian anvil? Because it's been a hot minute since I've actually hit hard mode Terraria. Let's see, Paladin ore. So you can just make that at the regular furnace, so that's fine. And we don't need that for anything else specific, so let's just melt all of that at the furnace. Hey, buddy. I'm coming for you. Cool. And we actually get a lot out of that, so that's nice. And we can just craft the raw stuff here, so let's see. 100% pickaxe power versus 130%, and can mine mithril and orichalcum. So we need it, obviously. And I like the drills more just because they're faster. So when I need to drill my holes, it's just infinitely easier to have those. Yep. All right, next, we gotta hunt for some orichalcum, I believe. Because I probably can't make enough. Well, I can make the hat. Also, the paladin helmet is unfortunately weaker than the meteor helmet, but when we get into the specialized class armor, you'll notice that the mage helmets always have, like, the worst defense. Which is fine at the end of the day. But let's go store this stuff. So we've got paladin ore and paladin metal. So those can just go in there for now. That molten pickaxe is just kind of dead weight for the moment, so you can go in there. And then we need our potions and to find the spelunker ones that we have. Which I don't have any, do I? Oh, that's unfortunate. That's incredibly unfortunate. I didn't put them anywhere else, did I? Blood moon is rising? Cool. That's what we needed. Shoot. Well, I guess for now, main thing is just going down the shaft. And I guess we'll just keep an eye out for both Paladin for armor and Orichalcum for the next tier of drill. That's really all we can do for the moment. So, let's see what we can find. And Blood Moon screwing with my underground. This was not needed at all. There we go. Oh, there's Paladin. Hold up. Hello there, Paladin ore. Not the greatest vein, but it's still a vein. There we go. This is why we like the drill. Because that's just mining itself. This is what happens when you're mining dirt and stone, which is why I tend to wait a little bit to just get the pallet, just any tier of the drills to make life infinitely easier on myself. Let's see here. No, not what I wanted. Let's see. Nope, shite. This is bad. Little bit of a problem. What about water bolt? Okay, yeah, that works. Water bolt helps when things are slow. Let's see. Like nothing. That's fine. I believe orichalcum is some kind of a bluish-green color. So I'm mainly keeping my eye out for that right now. Yep. Hey, slime buddy. How's it going? Mm-hmm. I've got torches, dude. Don't I? Oh, I'm out of torches. That's new. I didn't think I was placing down that many. Hmm. Okay, well that's a bit of a problem. I guess next time I'm up by the merchant, I'll just buy a full stack of them. Hello. Oh, god damn it. Hi, Paladin Vein. Well, I guess we're going to be dying in the spore biome again. Because we gotta get that. Maybe this will just be nice and give us enough for the armor. There we go. Nice fresh new hole in here. So now we can get absolutely curb stomped by everything in here. Go. And that's adamantite, by the way. We can't mine that yet. But that's what color we'll be looking for later. Oh god. Also, for Solace's reference, these are the things that are going to murder you, by the way. These things do an unnecessary amount of damage. Or at least the mushroom spores they shoot out do an unnecessary amount of damage. Um, a benefit, at least with the mushroom biome, is that it's fully lit up. So it's easy to just kind of spot anything. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, hi. I should probably get rid of you. Ooh, that's bad. That's not enough to kill. Goodbye, Spore Bet. And then the little beetles. Little beetles are just annoying, but they do hurt still. Let's see. More adamantite. So that's not too bad. At least I'm still fairly certain that's adamantite, right? That's orichalcum. Never mind, I'm a moron. I thought orichalcum was green. So we've really got all three of the red ores then for this playthrough? Okay, that's fine. That, we'll just eat that. We'll get rid of those for now. Okay, note to self, orichalcum ore. I thought orichalcum was a different color, to be honest with you. That's probably the other metals. So we've got orange, pink, and then red. Because adamantite I know is red, and that's going to be the hard one to actually get a hold of. Hi, I'm just going to do this. Because I'd rather be safe. Cool. Alright then, I'm going to go back and grab that. Because I didn't realize what I was doing. And I think that's just lead. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Where was that? That was upstairs. So I need to go to here. Yep. Uh-oh. There's a shroom bomber. There we go. Thankfully, this one's leaving itself really open. Thank you, buddy. Alright, let's see. So that's a decent amount of orichalcum. I don't think that's enough to get the drill, so let's just do a little bit more hunting. Then we'll go back, make the orichalcum drill, and then make, I guess, just fine adamantine, which I'm going to have to be very careful for if everything is just a red color now. Hello, buddy. Cool. We'll take that. Do. Orichalcum is going to be pink. Where does I see pink? It does mean we're going to lose the utility of our... Oh, there's some. We're going to lose the utility of the space laser soon, but that's honestly a relatively good thing to give up for the added defense and the added magic benefits of all of the armor sets. Give me all that. Cool. Alright then, that should be all of that there. May as well just keep going down because the ores do just kind of spawn lower by default anyways. Hi buddy, I see you. And there's more than likely going to be some spawned in the middle of areas as well. So eventually I'll find out how to make the Spelunker potions myself. I might do that off camera for next week, in all honesty. That I'm pretty sure is Crimsonite, so that's not a huge concern. I'll probably make some Spelunker potions for the next session, just so that way we can actually mine this a little bit more efficiently. That's lead. That's tungsten. Hmm. Looking for orichalcum. Yep. Hey, buddy, you feel like dropping the trinket that I need to farm you for anyways? Let's see. There's some more orichalcum. Come here, buddy. Oh, wait. right? Pop. Ooh, that's a relatively good vein of it, too. We're getting very lucky with the spawns. I wonder if they made it easier. Because I remember before that the ore spawns had a small chance of kind of just hitting very empty squares. So you maybe got like 5 ore from it. Maybe they upgraded the AI generation for those so that it has to look for a certain amount of blocks to place in the first place on the map. Just so that way you don't get completely screwed over. Oh, that's more palladium. I may as well grab that. Because these are a lot chunkier veins than I remember from before, which I'm fine with. It was a pain in the ass when you only got like 5 pieces of ore from a single vein, but not what I was expecting. Yeah, like that's a small vein. That's normal. We've just gotten kind of lucky up to this point. I'm out of torches. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. Yep. Little more, sir. Thank you. Let's see. Like nothing here. That's fine. May as well just go lower down. Hello, cave bat. Nothing spawned in the house. Oh, okay, no, maybe they haven't fixed it. Okay, so there's an example of what can happen with the spawns. You literally just get a singular piece. This is where it becomes a problem. If you get too many of these, then you can't really make what you need at the end of the day. Drill. Alright, let's see here. Anything in the water? Doesn't seem like it. Oh god. Alright, the blood moon's still going. That's why the fish are angry. Whop. It looks like this is an area I haven't really explored. Or at least I explored, but I was in total darkness when I did it. Alright, well, considering I can't see anything. Let's see here. Furnace. We can make a lot more of this stuff. We can make orichalcum now. That's going towards the orichalcum drill. I need the orichalcum anvil first. That's why you need so much more orichalcum. Oops. Here. I should still have enough for the drill. I don't? Really? It requires 18 and we only have 13. Oh, that hurts. What about the armor? We need 12, 24, and 18. So we need 54 bars for a full armor set. Gonna be a little bit of a ways away. Uh, Considering it is midnight and my back is hurting, why don't we just take that as a sign that we'll need to do a really, really heavy mining session with Spelunker potions, just so that way we can actually get what we need. Let's see here. I'll just get rid of these two. But do at least want to thank folks for dropping by. I know it's technically ending a little early since I started late, but I gotta take care of myself, right? Otherwise people are gonna start yelling at me. So, end of the basic streaming week at least. Our schedule is kind of set right now just because we've got 4 relatively long set games at the moment. So, back up on Wednesday, we'll be starting up with Monster Hunter Rise. Or not starting up. We'll be continuing Monster Hunter Rise just because of the fact that we needed to start up a fresh new save. So I've still got a lot to work with on that. And thanks for making me feel better about my RNG. Oh, you're welcome, Solace. I know that it's nice to see when other people just get screwed over by RNGs, which Sometimes you pray, sometimes he answers, sometimes he doesn't. Only so much you can do about that, unfortunately. Hmm. Not a ton of people on for a Saturday. I know Nikki's going, but I know she usually ends close to now. I think Nikki goes by she, her. My memory is so bad. Jesus. Um, hmm. Nikki might still be going for a bit anyways. Yep, definitely glad to have you, Pink. Why don't we pass the love over to Nikki, because it seems like they'll be going for a little bit anyways. One, raid two. Shoot, shoot. Cool. That works on my end at the very least. So before my voice fully gives out, thank you everybody for joining us in the cabin today, and thank you for the follows and I believe a raid? Was that tonight? No, that was yesterday. Well, no raid, but thank you everybody for joining. Hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your week. Welcome to the summer. Please stay hydrated and be safe. And aside from that, I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.